Yeah, I'm maybe a little bit of a boomer. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. But no, I didn't mean to be late this time. I didn't mean, but I am. I'm actually waiting for something pretty damn important to come in via Twitter right about now. But yeah, Ken the Crash thing, the $2 on set. Yes, finally, I am actually on set right now. And completely coincidentally, I'm sure we actually got something else. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this to come in. Oh man, absolutely perfect. So I'm just gonna have to do some retwatting here real quick off screen while you guys yeah, just sit tight for a little bit. Got something. You guys are gonna see this. This is gonna be some pretty good shit. Yeah, Rojigami had a pretty unique idea here. Well, yeah. Yes, this is gonna be good. Okay, so first off, I mean, we're gonna set the dragon just a tiny little bit back. So there you go. You guys who are fans of My Hero Academia, you may recognize this here dragon, and it's actually made by the H Senpai, who's he's been with me for quite a while actually. He has a really good Instagram. He does some real good work right there. But this just came in, man, fresh from Rojigami of Moth-chan fame. decided to decided to make a nice what was this, after having consumed a certain magical potion from a certain reviewer's show, don't even know what, but even in such turmoil as the shilling of Blade Devil must go on. So he made an image of a gender bent version of my avatar holding the book. I'm guessing it's gonna be finished here eventually, but yeah, this is some good shit right here, man. Rule 63 already, man. Yeah, this is some good shit, man. I am it's awesome when I look at Twitter and I see awesome shit like this, you know. Especially earlier today. We're gonna get a little bit into this. But, whoo boy, we had quite the day on Twitter earlier today. We're going to be covering the topic that triggered most of Reset Era. But yeah, I was having some fun, you know, sparring with people, gaining like 20 followers. See, this is why people always fight on Twitter. Because as long as you can avoid getting suspended anyway, you get a lot of followers by fighting with these clowns. But, yeah, eventually you just get tired of it. I mean, I made all the points I was going to make. I don't think anybody else is, it was all just starting to cycle in on itself. But, yeah, that's right, RGE-chan. Yeah, that's what this is right now. Why my pee-pee hard? I don't know, man. Maybe you're gay. Who knows? I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge at all. Yeah. The triggering, yes. Yes. There was actually a lot of triggering. Yeah, what doesn't trigger Reset Air? Not much. But in this time, you know, me pointing some shit out had me fighting pretty much all of them on Twitter today. It was really fun. And see, what I really love about some of these clowns is they will quote tweet you, and then you quote tweet them back, and they shriek targeted harassment and block you. It is like the weirdest shit, isn't it? Yeah, because you see, if they see you saying something they disagree with, they refuse to fight on your comments. On your page, basically. They refuse to fight it out there, so they do a quote tweet in the hopes that you're going to come there. And sure enough, you know, I show up there exactly as they ask, and then I also quote tweet them. Like, hey, two can play this game, bitch. But when I do it, it's targeted harassment. Really weird, man. Really weird. Is your gravestone a gold ass? Hey, it may as well be. Shit, if I could have an awesome gravestone like that, woo! That would be nice. All right, I'm going to leave this one up here, and we're going to be getting back to the dragon as we go. But, man, we got a lot of fan arts today, and some official ones, because Friday was the anime stream, so I didn't really show any of it. So here's the one from Dandari. I actually got finished. We showed the black and white version. We showed the version with the flat colors. And now we got the version that is done. And one of these, yeah, the difference between these two is just that one of them has a transparent background. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, very good job right there. Yeah, no, excellent work on the gem and the gem and the plot armor. I mean, everything is awesome in this one, I gotta say. Yeah, raging golden ass. Hey, I may as well be sometimes. See, I'm not gonna lie. I was a troll. I was around since the internet's existed, pretty much, and I've been trolling motherfuckers for a long time. So sometimes it's pretty damn hard to hold back, because I come from an era of the internet when you could actually say things that go against what the majority believe at the moment, and not get completely deplatformed for it. My era of the internet, I would say something, somebody would get offended, and then everybody would laugh at them for being offended and chase them off of the forum. That's how it should be. If you get offended by what's going on in some community, it's clearly not for you and you need to go. But no. In current year, if anybody gets offended, everybody else has to bend the knee to them. Fuck that shit. So I really have to watch what I do and say now. It's pretty rare I'm able to bust out some of my old troll right there. Yeah. All right, so got one here from Ryan Jill. I see you in the chat there as well. Yup, some Blade Devil, Sharon Yuna fan art, and they are nude. Been working on this for a while. Of course, you're not going to see the nude version on Twitter, but God damn it, if it's going to work. That's what I needed to do. All right, absolutely perfect right there. So yeah, you could see it's just a little bit, just the heads, the top of the cleavage right there. You're not gonna see the whole thing. Not gonna be able to see that. And oh man. So either way, while you can go to my Twitter, you can see all these retweets. Go to Ryan Jill's Twitter. Actually, he makes a lot of these good things. There's a link to his Pixiv account. You can see that. Yeah, I also got one here that. Yeah, from Bits right here. This is why you should hang out on my Discord, by the way. This is why you should go to the Discord server, because we got some awesome stuff like this, of course, with the YouTube censorship right there, so I don't get banned. Yeah, we got some really talented artists just doing live work on Discord. Yeah, you could. This is the kind of shit you can see if you hang out in the server. You could get to see some an absolute masterpiece like this being created live. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I support this. I know, right? Yeah. How dare you like this healthy male fantasy? Yeah, that's pretty much what current year is. So you see, any communities that I found. We, in particular, are going to encourage the type of behavior that would trigger the NPCs. And when they get triggered, we just tell them, okay, fuck off, you can leave then. Nobody wants you around anyway, go away. And that's the only correct response, because the only thing these NPCs know how to do is cry to some higher power. That's it. That's all they know how to do. This guy isn't giving me what I want, or he's not doing what I demanded. Some higher power needs to censor him or some shit. No. Fuck that. When they come crying to some higher power, we're just going to ban their stupid asses, as it should be. Yeah, so by the way, the link to that to my Discord is actually on my channel page, so you guys can get that there. This awesome one here was a Fat Cat 777. Special gift to the Master Senpai Raging Golden Eagle. I share with some slight rework of her design, especially with the plot, just to fit my own standard and to appeal to a global wide audience. Wide. Let's see how wide. Oh yeah, I just clicked on it and that's what happened. There you go. I mean, yeah, I guess she has enhanced her plot a little bit. She got a mouth in her demon arm. The gem is a lot more in line with the rest of the arm right there. Yeah, looks a little bit more brutal, doesn't it? But don't worry, man. There's going to be plenty of brutality to go around in Blade Devil. I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot. We're not going to be able to show most. Hell, we're not going to even be able to show any of it, really, just because it's pretty much all massive spoilers what's going to be going on. But there's going to be some good shit, man. Things are going to be getting pretty damn brutal. I cannot wait to show all that. Oh, wait, I was just making sure I was on live chat there. Yeah, that would have been a disaster if I wasn't. Man, I didn't know how I'd be able to survive if it wasn't on live chat. Yeah, a thick audience. Yep, wide and large. Damn right. Yeah, love the plot. Yeah. And excellent details on the plot armor, too, and the backstory popping out right there. Absolutely perfect. Oh, yeah. Approved. I kind of figured. It would be. Okay, and then we got from Bubblegum Anzu here. We got a butterfly version of Yuna. We may actually have to use some of those wing designs because butterflies do have eyes on their wings to just kind of trick predators, right? So they could take a bite out of their wings instead of them, and they may go on to survive. So this is some good shit, man. This is good. Oh, Imagination, thank you for the $2. I've been directed by Christian Rodriguez in the chat about Common America Volume 1 on Kickstarter. I'll post a link when the live feed shows you reading this. The comic looks like something Captain Marvel should have been. Oh yeah, so if you know Timothy Lim, he's the one that did My Hero Macadamia and Black Ops and all them. Yeah, he's doing another one now. It was Common America. Yeah, doing an actual hot anime chick superhero. That's what the West needs right now. Cool. And merry-go-round, thank you for the 20. I'm really glad you liked my fan art. Here are some shill shekels. Yeah, we're going to get to that real soon. Yeah, so hold tight. And Sypoth, thank you for the 2. Current year -1. Let's see you top that. And then, what was it, 30-20. Opens a beer and hands it to someone and then reaches into its pants to pull out January, then reaches back in for February. Oh, God. I think you meant to say current year, 2020, right? But, yeah, things are getting pretty clown worldy up in here. A lot of clown world up in this bitch today. And, ooh, Gun the Legend, thank you for the 10. Hail RGE, time for a lot of clown world. Ooh, yeah. Oh, there's a lot. We got some, funny and sad shit, but yes, there's a lot of clown world to laugh at today. And Undecided Ant, hey man, thank you for the 10. Good evening, RG. Recently I started an what's that, EU4? EU4 Save, the extended timeline mod as in Isekai Modern Day London, which immediately became socialist and... Oh, that was Europa Universalis. Okay, yeah. And with their superior tech and started selling cars in the year 890. Also, you're late. You were late in chair, ya boomer. Well, of course I am, man. Of course I am. But yeah, that's just funny, socialism and their superior tech. Yeah, I know. We're all... we all bow before the superior Soviet Union and Venezuelan technology. Can't beat that. And I didn't think of another 10. Oh, for another $1 there. It is now the year 1010. Great Britain has been formed, and the current king has one goal: control Rome, kill the leftover commies, and then become some ISP only briefly seen. A Britain being apart from the Holy Roman Empire, except the one making it. And he said, I'm the one making it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it's awesome playing some of those historical games sometimes. You can screw around with the continuity a little bit. That could be pretty interesting. I got another one here, too, from Hancock. I love the name, by the way. Yep. Finished from the last post. Yeah, he sent me 2 of these. He sent me one where it wasn't finished yet. So, hey, since that was before the last time I showed fan art, there you go. Very, 90s manga style right here. And, hell, I thought the way we were doing the hair was thick, but oh my god. I mean, this version of Ashiara is thick in the plot and the backstory and the hair. Man, now that, I know a lot of girls who would kill to have hair like this, I swear. I freaking swear, man. Okay, let me see. I gotta get caught again. So, Zontar, thank you for the 2. Local cinema sold 1% of their Harley Quinn tickets. Yeah, see, that's the funny thing. So, Harley Quinn, 1% of the tickets are selling. Nice, right? But then, on the other hand, you had Sonic, where I think, Clyde commented on one of my tweets earlier saying, oh yeah, I tried to go to Sonic with my family over the weekend, but they were sold out. So you couldn't even get tickets to Sonic, which, by the way, I think broke like 70 million domestic over the weekend. That was spectacular. The best performing launch of a video game-based movie ever. Yeah, those guys are going to be making bank for sure. And other people tried to watch it even, but the theaters were all sold out. They couldn't. You could have gotten a ticket to Birds of Prey instead, but no one wants to watch that shit. Or I'm sorry, Harley Quinn Birds of Prey right now. They thought that changing their name would save their sorry asses. Of course it's not. And Kenny Quest, thank you the two. Chairman Eagle, you are presently expected on set. Well, I guess it's a little bit, I'm Leighton always reading that, but yes, I'm here. I'm Walls Noble, thank you the two. Leighton, fabulous. Very. And Paul, thank you the 5. It's okay to be late a bit as long as we can see some dragon tit. Hey, if that's what you want, there you go. You can see some dragon tit. And Lucian, thank you for the 2. Do you only stream with creators? Well, so far I have been, but definitely when we do the Blade Devil launch, I'll probably just open up for people to come in. Frank Casamento, thank you the 5. Man, those reset era morons are still going at it on Twitter, but don't throw their argument back at them. They get so mad. Yeah. Well, see, what they always do when it comes to censorship, if they see you complaining about something being censored, they're always like, "Oh, that doesn't affect anything. It was such a small change. Why are you so mad? It doesn't mean anything. It's so insignificant." And then if you respond with like, "Oh yeah, if it was so insignificant, why are you bitching so much? Why did you bitch so much that it got changed? Why did you censor it if it was so insignificant and it doesn't matter?" Yeah, they get so fucking triggered when you point that out. But that's what the mute button is for. That you just you're sick and tired of hearing those mental midgets. Just mute them. Yeah, and Frank Casamento, thank you the 5. Oh, sorry, damn, that's the one I just read. Ken the Crush, thank you the 2. Eggplant the peach. Yes, perfect. Yeah, you guys know what that means. Yeah, don't you guys may even be able to get banned for this shit in current year. It's kind of annoying. And Sonic 15, thank you the 5. The 19th Amendment is the biggest threat to the First and the Second. Sad but true. It honestly is kind of sad. Why are women so afraid of guns on the whole? Why? I mean, a gun is the one thing that's going to give you equal footing with a man, and at least physically. And you want to take that away? Okay, whatever. I'm sure it's going to work fine. And then also the First, it's obvious too. If you heard some whammons fifis, oh, there you go. Oh, right there, the Art Evo. That's a good one here. And I decided to throw my hat in the ring for the fan art of Blade Devil. Just rough lines, colors coming soon. But if this is rough lines, oh man, Blade Devil's Indigo starts soon. Be sure to check it out. Oh man, see, thank you guys for shilling this shit for me. But see, if this is rough, I mean, your rough work is better than most people's finished work that I've seen. I mean, that's pretty good, man. That is pretty impressive, I gotta say. Yeah, you can tell. Now, where is she? Are those all just teeth right there fighting a monster? Now you can see, little flaps up. You could see her spats right there. So no, she's not naked. See, look, she's got plot armor. She's got all the important things, all the very important things. Yeah, the Art Evo's there. Who drew that? I don't know. Who possibly could have drawn this one? Yeah, that's, I wonder, who could have drawn this? Yeah, maybe the chat could remind them. Hatch 450SX, thank you for the 2. Now, would you hurry up and launch Blade Devil and take my shekels? Well, see, the thing is, it's already... We've gotten a little bit stalled by the coronavirus. It shouldn't stall the final release, but it will. I mean, the trailer's not going to be as complete as we would have wanted it to be, let's just say. We're gonna make the best of what we got, though. But yeah, March 1st, man, 13 more days. And Albert Westings, thank you for the 2. I like your Discord. It's not totalitarian. Yep, that's going to change too, by the way. As soon as I can get some hosting arranged, we're going to set up a Riot server, and then we don't have to abide by Discord's bullshit TOS anymore. Oh, it's going to be glorious. And Caribbean Wolf, thank you for the 2. I'm 12 minutes chair. Have I missed a story yet? Not yet. We've actually been going through some awesome freaking art. Yeah, very good, very good. Alrighty, and one more. So this came up. Yeah, so this is from Merry-Go-Round. And keep note of that Twitter. Keep note of that Twitter right there that you can see. Yeah, because it's gonna kind of play in there. So 13 more days for Rage Going to and Toxic Man Baby's Blade Devil to be released. In her earlier days, she destroyed not countries, but industries. Now she faces her greatest challenge yet, the established comics industry. How will she fare? Find out in March. So here you got Yuna wiping out a bunch of NPCs. Yeah, and you got two versions, the one with the hair all the way and the one where you can see some cheek. Yeah, I know that's the one everyone else is going to want to see, but there you go. If you like this kind of, if you like this style, though, if you like this artwork, I mean, he actually went and made his own his own hentai doujin that's roughly in this style here. Starring, Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. You can kind of see, just in the profile image, a little bit of a preview of what that art looks like. So, if you want to see more, I can't show it. I mean, it's a hentai doujin. I can't show that shit on stream, unfortunately. But, if you go to his Twitter page, it's actually, I think, the second most recent one that I retweeted. Yeah, so it's up there right now, actually. I mean, if you want to go there, if you want to check out his work, maybe, all I have is, first is this one, since that's the most recent, and then boom. Then I got Merry-Go-Round's Twat, so you can, go to their account, follow all the links. I can't show any of this on stream, but, it's some pretty cool shit, man. Yeah, so if you're interested in some Tatsumaki hentai, go check them out. You're probably not going to be disappointed, let's just say. Yeah, the wind blew Yuna's hair out of the way. Yeah, that is true. That is a good one. Yeah, and then she's there saying, how boring, and here I was hoping for a challenge. That's pretty much how I see it. That's probably how the comics industry is going to go down. The way they are, they've made it easy for us. They've just made it so damn easy for those of us who wants to go in and do our own thing. Those of us who wants to make our own can now go and make our own, and we're not going to have that much competition because these guys are so damn incompetent. They're just giving us all of their customers. It is spectacular. I love it. And got some more Blade Devil too, actually. So we got this one here. What's that? Exhausted and beat up from the previous encounter, Ashara and Cod sure could use a break. Would be a shame if something even more powerful showed up right about now. Can't wait to get this one colored. So yeah, this one obviously was a couple of days back, but there, boom. Yeah, that's Ashara and Kaj right there. Absolutely perfect yet again. Man, I love this. I just love watching this work right here. And see, the thing is, I'm not admiring my own work. I'm admiring the work of my artist, but still, this is some good stuff. You have to actually like your own stuff, or else you can't expect anyone else to be honest with you. You can't. And we got a colored update too. Yeah, 14 days. This actually was from yesterday. Yeah. 2 more weeks till the campaign launches. Wait, what's Ashara looking at when there's a dragon about to breathe fire in her face right in front of her? Yes. So we got this going on up in here. Yeah, this you guys. All right, chat. I'm gonna go through some more shekels because I saw some of them come in, but we actually got the whole page ready to go. There's maybe a few minor adjustments, like the blood on her hair, but for the most part, we actually have this page ready to go. You want to see this page? You guys want to see it? Yeah, just put a 1 in the chat if you want to see the whole thing. We can tease it, probably days before some of this stuff ends up on Twitter. Yeah, you guys who showed up to the stream get to be the first ones to see this. Yeah, how awesome would that be? Yeah, you guys, you got your chance. So you want it? You can let us know. Okay, and Makini90, thank you for the 5. Just joined your Discord and showed off my 2 pieces from a while ago. Oh, perfect, man. I'm going to have to go. Yeah, I can't do that on stream. I can look, but I'll get distracted. There we go. Look at all them ones. Man, thank you guys. Yep, we'll be pulling that up here shortly then, yeah. So yeah, man, Makini90, thank you for joining. It's glad to have you on board there. And Mr. Evil Boss, thank you the 5. I'm back. I'm going to donate to Blade Devil soon. The wallet is looking good soon. Oh, much appreciated. It's not even launching for another 2 weeks, though. So as long as some shekels find their way into your wallet before, March 1st, that's not going to be a problem at all, man. Not in the slightest. I look forward to actually finally putting the campaign up and then delivering this thing. And again, if we happen to make enough money on this campaign that my artist can actually do this full time, it'll be out faster. Or either faster or we'll just add more stuff to it, or maybe even both. I don't know. But we'll be able to deliver more Blade Devil faster if we can make that happen. And Candy Crush, thank you for the 5. Using a microscope, we still can't find common sense in an NPC. The search continues. Yeah, that's all Yuno was trying to do. She was just trying to find some common sense in those damn NPCs. Like, that's literally it. That's all she wanted. But hey, I guess I did promise, so I'm gonna have to pull that up here. Although I think I closed that. I think I closed that link. I'll pull it up. Yeah, I got it. I still got it. So yeah, you want to see the rest of it? And this is just the top panel because, boom, there's the whole thing right there. Yep, you got, she already decapitated one enemy, and yeah, she's not even focusing on the one about to breathe fire in her face, because up above, there's 2 others that need eliminating first, including a tentacle. Look, that's a spiked tentacle right there. It would not be very pleasant if you happen to get one of those stuck in some orifice, I'm sure you've seen enough hentai to know where this was probably going. And then, takes the sword, gets ready. Man, man, look at that look right there. Shit. Look at that. Somebody's about to get freaking shanked. That's what's going to go on right there. Oh. Let me go back to normal size, all right? And then, boom, right into the dragon's head as he's breathing fire, and the fireball ends up getting split a little bit. See? Good shit, man. And this is, once the action gets started, this is what you can expect from Blade Devil. This is the level of quality you're going to be getting right there. Yeah, what's that? Finally some good fucking art? Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since the Western industry has given you actually good art, hasn't it? It's been a long-ass time. But as I just said, we're so glad that the mainstream industry made it so damn easy for us to do this. It is so easy for us to just take all the money, as horrible as the mainstream industry is right now. So I look forward to taking it all. I look forward to taking all of them. Yeah, the dragon's like, oof. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's why she's always covered in blood. I know. Oh, yeah. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Let me just refresh again. All right, so, hey, Guns of Legend, thank you for another 10. Whammons, all they have is emotions, and the politicians try to exploit it, and the majority of whammons are internally massive children. But there's a decent amount of whammons who understand the value of the Second Amendment. Well, pretty much any woman who's ever actually had to use a gun. Yeah, see, a gun is one of those things where you never want to be in a situation where you need it, but don't have it. Because you could be dead. Yeah, I actually got into the argument with one of my former coworkers about this, where we were doing the whole truck of peace jokes, and he got triggered. Like, oh, well, you need trucks way more than you need guns, and I was like, wait. There may be a few points in your life where you need a truck and you don't have one, and you're going to be inconvenienced. But if you're ever in a situation where you need a gun and you don't have one, you're dead. It's a matter of scale. It's not just the quantity, it's scale. Oh, hey, man, Toxic Man, baby. Yeah, guys, you like this page, just wait till you see the rest of the book. Yes. Yeah, it gets better from here. It all gets better from here. That's the way we kind of structured the book. It starts off, just setting up all the action, and then it's nonstop escalation all the way to the end. Yeah, that's how it should be, in my opinion, right there. Just escalation all the way through. Oh, that's right. No, easy to follow the action. Man, I'm glad you got that. So yeah, decapitation, and then you see she landed. She's looking up. You see the two flyers get torn up. She's ready to go stab downwards. Yeah, now gets her sword ready, and boom, right into the head. Yeah, this dude has a splitting headache right now. Yeah. Ashira's range of emotion for the second half of the book is angry and more angry. Oh, yeah. Oh, that side backstory. Yeah, that is some good side backstory right here. And a good shot of the plot armor as well. Oh, shit. This and that. But this is some good stuff right here. Very good stuff. I cannot wait to finally deliver this. This is gonna... I've been waiting so long for the West to start learning from manga and how to do things right, and they never have. So fuck them. If they're not gonna do it, I will. We will fix this industry. And Jesse, thank you for the $1. So things went back and forth with the childhood friends not liking and then liking me and then not again. I am now currently with only the 2D waifu. As long as my coworker still hasn't given me the sexy nurse's number, that is... Well, you're just gonna have to start getting a bit more, bit more. What's the word I'm looking for here? Was it coercive? Is that the right word? Yeah, just try to get her. Yeah, I really want that number. Make sure you don't cross any illegal territory though, or anything that would have you labeled a creep afterwards if she finds out, or then it's all over completely. Yeah, completely. Oh, and Kevin, thank you for the 10. Looks like Atlus needs a harsher reminder of what happens when gaming developers go woke. So be it. Yeah, this is the same Atlus, mind you, that they allowed their Western localizers to censor Catherine Full Body. They re-released Tokyo Mirage Sessions using the censored Western version worldwide. And now they're censoring Persona 5 Royal as well. I'm surprised anyone is surprised that Atlus is doing this. That is my biggest shock. Yeah, I could have seen that coming from a mile away. Those guys just could not be trusted. And see, I've had my suspicions about Atlus ever since everyone's been pretty much demanding or begging for them to bring their content elsewhere, and they're just saying, nope, we're staying on Sony's dick. Even despite all the censorship going on, they're still with Sony to the bitter end. So, well, let it happen, I guess. And John Bob 008, thank you for the 5. I'm going to second an earlier regular comment from Linksbro that said, "Thank goodness we haven't seen the moth killed yet." Oh God. Yeah, we're going to save that for later. Yeah, we're going to save that. I know that's what everyone... Yeah, I know, that's what nobody wants to see, but that's what horror is all about, right? And PsychoFire23, thank you for the 5. Really bummed out about Atlus USA bending the knee to re-shit era. Well, see, the Atlus USA are the reason this is happening. They are infested with NPCs. It's just like the Western localizers for Spike Chunsoft right now. Yeah, if we can't get Japan the message, then they're never going to hear it, because the West is intentionally not passing it on. So they ain't getting my money, hashtag not my persona. Agreed. And Frank Casamento, thank you the 10. Here RGE have 10 more of the monies I was going to use to buy Persona 5 Royal, but to tell you, one of the reset era told me he wish I would be oppressed so I couldn't talk. He also called me a piss baby. Yeah, and those are the people, by the way, that they're trying to appeal to. Hey, let them have them. Let them fucking have them. Yeah, what's that? A thumbnail called me here. Excellent. Yeah, man of culture, absolutely perfect. Yeah, hey, helped save me $60. See, that's my view on that as well. That is my attitude towards what's going on with Atlus. See, whenever a game I'm hyped for, I find out it's been censored, I'm just like, I just shrug. Okay, fine. I'll go play something else then. I'll give another game a shot I wouldn't have otherwise tried. Maybe I'll find something way better. Meanwhile, you got the fanboys. Thank you, sir. May I have another, sir? They're just begging for more. They're willing to overlook and flat out defend so many of the censorship, I swear. Oh yeah, Toxic Man Baby's just trolling all of you guys now. I'll make sure that the moth's death is extra lol. See? Oh, you guys are, that's gonna get the sales for sure. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay. I think we can actually get to the first article now. This may be the longest I've ever gone. All right. UK may have just gone through Brexit, but they're still getting worse. So they appoint Ofcom to regulate online content. So, the reason the internet is as awesome as it is because technology is advancing faster than the government busybodies can keep up with it. And a few of the authoritarians view this as a bad thing, and they constantly cry about it. Meanwhile, those of us who actually value freedom are like, yes, we need to keep advancing faster than the government can keep up. Because as soon as the government gets involved, everything goes to shit. So the UK being the UK, it's like, oi, you got a license for that free speech? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or even better, oi, you got a license for that edge, mate? Could become a common phrase in the UK under the new parliamentary rule that has appointed Ofcom as the new regulator for online content to safeguard the populace from harmful material. Translation, look at China. Look at how the West has been using China as a boogeyman. Like, oh, look at that horrible shit the authoritarian Chinese are doing in their censorship. And as everyone was looking at China, they were implementing things worse than what China's doing in the West. So that's all that's going on right here. So according to The Independent, Ofcom's job will be to monitor and punish websites that breach their standards of safety for the general public. Yeah. So basically, you know how certain websites like Twitter and Patreon and them are wasting money on a trust and safety council? The UK is implementing an internet-wide trust and safety council for the country, especially when it comes to harmful and illegal terrorist and child abuse content. So what does this mean? So this means that anybody who actually speaks out against the grooming gangs is going to be arrested. And by child abuse content, and probably some PG-13 rated video games, at least if you go by Steam standards for child exploitation. Yeah. Originally, Ofcom was going to be able to find social media platforms for hosting offending content, but now they've been given direct authority to go after websites and their owners. So if you own a website and it's hosted in the UK, leave now. I mean, I'll fucking guarantee you now, wherever my website's going to be hosted, it's not going to be in the UK. And if I get any nasty grams from the UK government, I'll just tell them to go fuck themselves. Now, The Independent quoted Culture Secretary Dame Nikki Morgan and Home Secretary Priti Patel from the white paper, where they explained their reasons for handing so much power over to Ofcom. Freedom of expression and the role of a free press is vital to a healthy democracy, which is why we're going to be killing both of those, because we don't want a healthy democracy. We want complete control over you fucking peasants. Oh, sorry, so let's back on track. We will ensure that there are safeguards in the legislation so companies and the new regulator have a clear responsibility to protect users' rights online. And they'll do this by violating all your rights, including freedom of expression and the need to maintain a vibrant and diverse public square. And this right here is the tell-all. Diverse. You guys know the definition of diverse by now, right? You know what they mean when they say diverse. Yeah, diverse just means no straight white men, basically. And actually, some have even expanded that to mean no white people or no men. So there you go. That's what they mean by diverse. Now, Ofcom is a UK government-approved broadcasting regulator in charge of monitoring TV, radio, postal sectors, and telecommunications. Think of them as the UK equivalent of the US's FTC, or FCC, sorry. Yeah, and see, again, this is why it's awesome with the internet. you can actually host shit outside of the UK. Now, they can't do shit to you if you're not part of the UK. Maybe if you're part of the EU, they may still have some reach. But if you're hosting in, say, Mexico, the UK can't do shit. The best they can do is force their ISPs to block your website within the country. So then, everyone has to use VPNs now. So the broadening of Ofcom's role obviously won't spell good tidings for the people, as having someone else monitor and censor content on the internet will only turn out sour for anyone who isn't part of the establishment's cache of propaganda peddlers. Damn straight. You'll definitely want to keep an eye on this, as one can easily see Ofcom being mutated into an enforcer utilized by Twitter, Spurgs, and social justice judiciaries to deplatform web content they don't like, especially of the anime and manga variety. Hey, so if you're in the UK and you actually like good stuff, if you're not already using VPNs, learn how to fucking do that and get used to VPNing into like Switzerland to do all your web browsing, because the United Cuckdom is not going to let you do anything awesome. Yeah, everything that's even remotely likable, they're going to want to destroy, because this is how the West operates. And we see this with the game industry and comics even. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to fix this shit with Blade Devil, man. Is because the West, usually when met with superior competition, their response isn't, oh, we better up our game so we can compete. Fuck no. It's, oh, where's my baseball bat? I'm going to kneecap my competition so I can beat them. That's how the West does things. Every time they encounter something better, they refuse to change. They instead try to censor their superior competition. So we created Blade Devil to fix that, to show that, yes, the West actually can do things better. We can compete with these worthless cucks. So yeah, I'm posting the link in the chat to the pre-launch page if you want to go for that. That is still up. It will be for another 13 days until the actual launch occurs. Okay, just going to do some refresh. Oh, Loud Dude Incarnate, thank you for the 2. Don't touch Studio Faux UK government bundles of sticks. I want Subverse. Well, you see, I've heard through the grapevine that the guy who owns Studio Faux is a millionaire. So something tells me if the UK got too big for their britches and started cracking down on them, they'd leave. They'd just go set up shop somewhere else. I don't think they're going to have a problem doing that. And Taba Links, thank you for the 2. The UK has such well-groomed kids. Too soon? Oh, dude, that is absolutely fucking true. It is. They have very well-groomed kids. Vaso Park, thank you for the 10. I'm a huge Dark Souls fan, but if Hidetaka Miyazaki goes woke and doesn't give me good games, I'm out. That's my attitude as well. I'm only a fanboy of a certain company until they give me a shit product. And then even if they give me good products after that, I'm never going to trust them enough to buy their shit at launch again. I'll wait for reviews. So also, I'm trying to build my own stories. How should I build an audience? Well, I mean, YouTube is a good way to start. It's worked for me, but I've been here for 7 years. It took 7 years to get to where I am now. Some people are just going to take off right away. Within their first few months on the platform, they're going to have 6-figure followers and subs and making mad bank. Others, they may never catch on. But yeah, you got to be willing to do that. Yeah. Yeah, Toxic Man Baby. We got a license to Blade Devil. Yeah, we do. Man, we got all the license we need overseas. All right. So now that we talked about one Commonwealth country, let's talk about another one. Australian Classification Board wants your input for updating their regulations. Now, this could be good or bad. I maintain this may be worse, actually, than what they're doing now, because they're asking input from the general public, not just from gamers. The general public. And do you guys really want to put the fate of your video games in the hands of normies that, in a lot of cases, blatantly hate and are afraid of video games? Doesn't seem like a good idea to me. I would say ask the gamers and fuck what everyone else feels. But, maybe Australia's system is already pretty shit. It's among the worst in the entire world, actually. So, this might actually end up being an improvement. Yeah, one of the most obnoxious, reviled, and hated rating system in the world is the Straya Classification Board. Why? Because they oftentimes ban games for some of the most asinine reasons imaginable. However, things could be changing as they recently announced that they will be taking feedback from the general public, mistake, should only go for gamers, as they update their regulations and rating systems. The announcement actually came from the Twitter account that monitors games being refused classification in Straya, known as Ref Classification, I guess for refused classification. They informed the public that they have until Wednesday, February 19th to make their voices heard. Oh God, 2 more days. Actually, fuck, it may just be 1 more day. If you're in Straya, you have a chance. You still have a chance as long as you're hearing this right now. So how exactly do you make your voice heard? Well, it originally opened up on January 8th of current year on the communications.gov.au website. There is a link. Yeah, so go over to One Angry Gamer and read that article. They have a link right there. So there you can click on Have Your Say Now at the bottom of the page to submit your letter, or you can email a completed template submission to consultation@classification.gov.au. If you really want to get the point across, you can also snail mail the classification branch at the Department of Communications and the Arts by sending a letter to the following address. So there it is. I'm not going to read that whole thing. And now this gets kind of sad, but these fucking boomers in charge right now, I'm sure a lot of them still don't even know what email is. If it's not in the snail mail, they don't know about it, unfortunately. So this is an unfortunate event, I guess. But yeah, we may have to resort to snail mail as well. So as noted on the website, the reason for opening up the feedback form to the public was due to the changing times, they explained on the site. The current system was not designed to manage changing technologies or the large volumes of content now available via streaming services, online game storefronts, and other content platforms. Yeah, honestly, it should be just completely disbanded. So on the 16th of December, current year -1, the Minister for Communications, Cyber Safety, and the Arts released the terms of reference for a review of Straya's classification regulation. This review seeks to develop a classification framework that meets the community needs and reflects today's digital environment. If that's really what you want, you're just going to disband the whole thing. Just do an ESRB style system. Like, just to tell people what the age range of the target audience of this game is, and that's it. The fact that you can literally ban video games. Look, just the concept of an illegal video game. How fucking stupid is the Western world? Illegal video game. Yeah. With all the games that have been banned in recent years for sometimes nebulous or outdated reasons, it might do gamers well to pick a game that was refused classification and explain why the reason for the refusal is archaic, anti-consumer, or not reflective of today's market sensibilities. Now, unfortunately, until the boomers that are running these organizations are replaced by people who actually know current sensibilities, this is never going to change. Now, because every single one of these fucking boomers who is holding on to power until they die, see, which, by the way, you want to know one? And now, one reason that millennials have such a high unemployment rate is that they're useless. But another reason is the boomers refuse to leave. Remember when people used to retire and leave? Now they don't. They stay in their position and hold on to it with an iron grip until the day they fucking die. And these boomers, you got sometimes 80-year-old people who are making decisions as if it was the fucking 60s still. They refuse to see that society has changed. Or if they do see it, they view the positions they hold in these companies as, they view that their mission to stall the change as long as possible. Like, I will fight against this degeneracy until my dying breath. And then in the very next line, like, why does everybody hate me? I'm just doing this for their own good. That's pretty much what's going on. So a few games that come to mind are Omega Labyrinth Z, the Grisaya trilogy, Hotline Miami 2, and Valkyrie Drive Bikini. Whether or not the feedback from fans will have an actual effect on how future games are rated in Australia is anyone's guess. Yeah, if anything, it's going to get worse if the general public gets a hold of it, but it wouldn't hurt to try. Now that is a true statement. It would not hurt to try. You may as well. And they're probably going to ignore you like they usually do. Because usually when the government... I mean, it's like Brexit, right? It's like fucking Brexit. The government called for a referendum. Hey, I'm going to let the people decide. Do you guys want to leave the EU or stay? And leave won by a fairly wide margin. So then instead of just doing what the people asked for, they spent years stalling and trying to get out of it. And I'm sure that it's going to be the same way in Australia. They're going to let the public's voice be heard, and if the public says something they disagree with, they're just going to try to weasel their way out of it. That's how it always works. Every damn time. Okay, and Gun the Legend, thank you for the 2. Now, give it about 20 years and the UK might go into civil war or maybe another massive war, and when it comes to the US, maybe a war with China when it comes to Taiwan, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe see, the problem with the UK is they've all surrendered all their rights, effectively. They can't even defend themselves without being thrown in jail. It's going to be pretty hard mounting a legit resistance in the UK when they're all disarmed and pacified. Yeah, it's the pacification, too. That's a huge problem. You've indoctrinated these people from birth in the public indoctrination system to believe that violence is never the answer, and completely ignored the double standards and the cognitive dissonance when you see the government using violence to maintain order. But it's okay when the government does it, but not when you do it. So you got generations, multiple generations of people that have been 100% pacified. They will never fight back. And on top of that, they're also disarmed. It's going to be very hard to mount a resistance under those circumstances. And those in power know that, which is why they've created those circumstances. Yeah, you got a license for that narwhal horn? And Links Bro, thank you for the $1. Thankfully, it's likely only gamers will care about submitting feedback. Now, see, that's the sad thing. You know, I'm sure that those concerned parents groups are going to be much more likely to submit feedback than gamers. Because here, you got these fucking housewives who have nothing better to do all day than to troll and do activism. They're the ones that are going to be filing multiple emails. They're the ones that are going to be sending multiple letters each. They're going to be more mobilized than the gamers are. That's the problem. And Logan Storm, thank you for the 20. Now, bet you 10 to 1 that while the NPCs are all praising the new power of Ofcom, that is until Ofcom turns their attention to their crap, and then they will start screaming and reeing about how unfair it is that Ofcom turns on them too. No, I guarantee you that's exactly what's going to happen. You are 100% right. Every single time someone is a censorship supporter, they always seem to change their mind when the censors turn their sights on them. And if you remind them whose fault this is, like, hey, if you retards wouldn't have supported this shit, we wouldn't be here right now, then they get super triggered. And Crew Imagination, thank you for the 2. If the public's answer is to allow gore and violence, they'll run faster than Sonic, possibly to China. Oh, probably, man. Shit. Actually, man, maybe the coronavirus is going to fix all this. If we all end up dead within a few years, we're not going to have to worry about this crap anymore. Although I will say, I mean, Medicare was saying some funny shit, just comparing that biolab to Umbrella Corp and all that still. And he's like, they're pretty intent on locking people inside of their homes and cremating all the bodies. No, what if the virus did something else that they didn't want getting out? Like, what if it really is the T virus? What if it does turn you into a zombie? And my first thought was, if I get turned into a zombie, I just fucking hope that my zombie form doesn't get sick by accidentally eating hipster brain. Yeah, I would not want that, man. So hopefully, even as a zombie, I would be averse to that. But you never know. Yeah, and when my instincts take over and I get hungry, I mean, maybe even seeing a pile of shit, but ooh, that could have some sustenance. Yeah, hell no. No, 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 no. All right, and Devin Stark, thank you for the 2. The West became the best by upping their game. Yes! Yes, no, dude, you're absolutely right. The West became the best by outperforming everybody else. But now they've forgotten how to do that. Now they've been at the top unopposed for so long, they don't know how to react when something better comes by. And so they just use the power they have at the top to censor everybody. That is how they stay at the top. They censor their better competition instead of getting better. Oh, hey, Merry-Go-Round, good point. Don't worry, RG, NPCs don't have brains. That's a good point. Yeah, I wouldn't want to... There'll be nothing there to eat anyway. Yeah, it'll be like, oh man, I'm so hungry, and then a skeletal chicken walks by. Like, I'm not going to eat bones. Yeah, it'll be like that. You know, my zombie would be there just like, brains, and a hipster walks by and just look right past them. Brains. They wouldn't even register. I wouldn't even see them, I'm sure. Yeah, because there is no brain there. And of course, Sonic 23, thank you for the 2. We need coronavirus to end censorship. Yeah, see, I have been saying for a while that what these busybodies need is to actually suffer. Because if they have so many of their own problems that they won't have time to care what everyone else is doing. The only reason that these worthless pieces of shit can stick their nose in your business and ban video games is because they have no problems in their own life. So then they look at what their neighbors are doing and like, oh, I don't like that video game my neighbor's playing. That should be banned. But if every single one of these fucking busybodies was fighting for their life every day, they'd leave us alone. So yeah, maybe it won't end up being all that bad. Mr. Evil Boss, thank you for the 5. Every response of an NPC, oh, it was a joke, it was an experiment, I just wanted to start a conversation. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, as soon as they censor us, it's all good. Then they start getting censored. No, I didn't mean for it to go this far. And so, Bocasia, thank you for the 2. You'll be like zombies finding Homer Simpson. That's right. Yeah, if you don't got a brain, you're safe from the zombies. So, it's going to be nothing but zombies and NPCs. That is horrible. But then again, if all the productive, smart people are zombies, how the fuck would the NPCs survive? Well, they won't, because no one's going to be there to give them their free gibs. And Gun the Legend, thank you, another 5. If that is the case, then the UK might turn into Venezuela and then maybe the US way after Trump. Yeah, the UK needs their Trump figure. And Boris Johnson, they were saying that Boris Johnson could be it, but then they're still pushing forward this totalitarian shit. But then again, even Trump's not perfect. Yeah, don't let anyone pretend like he is. He's got flaws. He's pushing for some shady shit, but... Oh, man. Now, here's a story that's pretty close because I've been through this in other industries. Mass Effect writer Drew Karpyshyn, says he left BioWare because it became too corporate. So, Karpyshyn has joined former BioWare buddies James Olin and Chad Robertson at Olin's new studio. Ooh, so unlike that other one that was founded by, by Manveer Air, this one may actually make good games. Ooh, that would be nice. The longtime BioWare designer James Olin left the studio in July of current year -2, 22 years after 22 years and credits on games ranging from Baldur's Gate to Anthem. Oh, yeah, you did not need that final black mark on your resume. I would just... Anthem is one of those games where unless I was in the art department, because the game looks great, unless I was in the art department, I wouldn't want it to be known that I worked on that game. His departure came shortly after that of writer Drew Karpyshyn, who's really? Oh, that's after James Olin left. Okay, who's been with BioWare for nearly as long. His first credit is as a writer and editor on the Baldur's Gate 2 manual, and who left for the second time a few months earlier. Now they're back together again at Olin's new studio, Archetype Entertainment. Yeah, now you got to see, what are they going to make? What are they going to make, man? What game? If it's some game about some diverse women's POC that's running a bistro or something, yeah, ooh. Oh, hey, yeah, good point, Dr. Man, baby. Trump's only flaw is that he's too perfect. That's right. Well, no, I like that Babylon Bee article from last week. His only weakness is posting stupid shit on Twitter, but every time he does that, the Democrats out-stupid him. So it's not really a weakness. It's kind of funny. So I'm proud to announce that I'm the lead writer for Archetype Entertainment, Carpetian wrote in his blog. Founded by James Olin, the creative genius behind BioWare hits like Baldur's Gate, Knights of the Old Republic, and Dragon Age. Knights of the Old Republic, by the way, I still think is probably the best Star Wars game ever made. Yeah, but it's between that and Jedi Knight. But that's mostly because I mean, Knights of the Old Republic is a much better game. But at the time it came out, Jedi Knight was great. So Archetype is a new video game studio under the Wizards of the Coast umbrella. Oh, rip. If Wizards of the Coast owns them, they're fucked. Yeah, Wizards is so fucking woke, it's not even funny. Well, there goes all my hype. Never mind, this is another chance for the West to catch up. But, And I haven't been this excited to work on a project in a long, long time. Side note, I've always enjoyed working with Wizards of the Coast. They even published my first novel. Maybe that's why I was there. But I love how he says that, too. You know, he's been at BioWare for like 20 years, and then he's like, oh, now that I'm with another company, I haven't been this excited to work on a project in a long time. That should tell you all you need to know about the environment at BioWare, at EA. EA! It's fucking EA again. It's always EA. So he also touched on his time at BioWare in the update, describing it as a dream job, talented people working together to create epic games like Baldur's Gate, Knights of the Republic, Mass Effect, and Dragon Age, but that changed as the studio grew and became more successful. Now, I'm not going to be a broken record this time. I know that may be annoying some of you guys by now, but as I'm reading through what he's describing, just, chat, tell me, have I not been pointing out this same shit? We became more corporate. We were less able to make what we loved, and the teams were pushed to create games based on market research, aka focus groups, rather than our creative instincts and passions. My dream job became just a job, and I lost the enthusiasm and excitement I once had. This is why you don't sell out. I've mentioned this before, but with Blade Devil, you guys know I'm not selling out. I'm not going to sell out unless one of two things happens. Either we are a bunch of people's work depends on it and we're about to go bankrupt and things. Okay, fine. Maybe out of desperation we'd sell out. But other than that extreme case, the only other extreme case that would make us sell out is if we got fuck you money. Like, say, if somebody gave us as much for Blade Devil as Notch got for Minecraft. Oh, hey, man, here's $2.5 billion for your property. You know, I may be tempted to sell out then. But the point I'm making with that one is don't sell out unless you're ready to leave. That's the mistake George Lucas made. He clearly still cared about Star Wars when he sold out. That was his fucking mistake. If he was ready to just put it behind him and move on with his life, I would not have any problem with him selling out. I mean, it's his right. He did what he wanted to do. He's done. Like, all right, I'm out now. That's fine with me. But the people who sell out, like BioWare, they let EA buy them, and then they complain, oh, it's so corporate. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? When you sell out, you're literally giving control of your company to somebody else. To a giant fucking corporation. To shareholders. To investors. To focus groups. You knew what you were doing when you gave them control of your company. So don't do that unless you're ready to leave. So if I'm done with Blade Devil, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm finished with it. The story's done as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I'll sell out then. If someone else wants to make it, wants to do something else with it afterwards, fine. But all the fans would know, I'm done. If you're only in it for what I was making, you're done. You are, it's over. So, yeah, this is a very important fucking lesson. If you sell out, this is what happens. Yeah, you get more security, but you lose your freedom. Karpyshyn said that the early days of Archetype remind him of the early days at BioWare, and rather boldly he predicted that comparable things are in the works at his new outfit. Ooh. I know we have big shoes to fill. With BioWare, I was part of a legacy that will endure forever. And that's all BioWare has going for it now, is their legacy. They're not doing anything worth a shit right now, which is really fun, which is really hilarious. Oh, all right. Now, see, again, BioWare used to be good, but like I keep saying with Blizzard, too, Blizzard used to be my favorite developer, but look at them now. Yeah, you definitely need to remember that just because these companies used to do good shit in the past doesn't mean they're worth a shit now. So remember that. So we know... created some of the most beloved CRPGs of the past 2 decades, but I truly believe at Archetype we have the talent and the opportunity to do something just as amazing. Now, if they're working under Wizards of the Coast, I bet what their job is to make Magic the Gathering online entertaining to watch. Because the reason that games like Hearthstone were dominating Magic the Gathering is because watching Magic the Gathering as an esport is boring as fuck. Unless you're a Magic fanboy and you're getting into the strategies. It's like watching somebody play chess. If you are really into chess, you will enjoy watching people play chess. With Magic the Gathering, same way. If you are into the game, you will enjoy watching people play it. But if you're a normie, which is the crowd they're trying to attract, watching Magic the Gathering will put you to sleep. That game is fucking boring to watch if you're not already into it. And Hearthstone, they at least made interesting to watch. So I'll be willing to bet this is probably going to be their job, so they're still going to be corporate. So Karpyshyn isn't the only BioWare alumni to join Olin at Archetype. Chad Robertson, what a Chad, the former head of live services at BioWare who left the company in late current year -1, is Archetype's general manager. The studio is currently working on a story-driven, multi-platform role-playing game set in a new science fiction universe. Okay, well, maybe they're not going to be making Magic the Gathering more exciting to watch. All right, that's fine too. That's fine too. That is great. Oh, man, speaking of great, oh, yeah, look at that greatness. Oh, cool. Cool. So let me see. Got to get something. You caught up in here again. Man, you guys are being nice again today. That is great. Where was I? Sweet. So Grimlord's Games and Rants, thank you for the 666. Another perfect amount. Did you hear Bill Mayer's comments about robosexuals? I wish the media would put a sock in it. We're not hurting anyone. Live and let live. Well, you see, you're indirectly hurting them, so to speak. See, the government doesn't like robosexuals because they want you producing future tax slaves. Women don't like robosexuals because they want you to, provide for them. Then a lot of women don't actually want to be independent. They want a guy to take care of. They want all their rights, but none of their responsibilities. Yeah, so, and the media especially, the media at this point, nobody listens to them. I don't care what the media says, to be honest with you. But we're going to get to robosexuals shortly, actually. That's on the list. And Devin Stark, thank you for the 2. Trump, the giant orange dick we deserve. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Trump is the hero we deserve. Yeah. And White Scarzimo, thank you for the 2. I remember when BioWare was still good. We're old. Yeah. When was the last time BioWare was good? Was it Mass Effect 2? Yeah, I think Mass Effect 2 was still good. The original Dragon Age was pretty good. Dragon Age, the first one, is when we saw the signs, though. Because they had the DLC salesman. If you guys don't remember there was a fucking NPC. They're giving you the spiel for this epic quest. And they're like, oh, are you going to help me on this quest? And they linked you to the fucking store. It's like, hey, buy the Quest DLC here if you want to go on this quest. Yeah, so that was when the signs of the fall were getting pretty fucking apparent. And Yarnagi, thank you for the 5. Magic would be more enjoyable to watch if their cards were sexy again. Yeah, that too. Imagine if they actually had good-looking women on their cards again. That would be fucking nice. But something tells me that's never going to happen. Oh, and 118 TFW, thank you for the, was it 2 SGD? Repeal the 19th. Yeah, unfortunately, that can't happen anymore because women are the majority voters. So there's no way and when you repeal or when you modify the Constitution with anything, I think you need not only do you need 2/3 of Congress to vote for it, but you need 2/3 of states to do it. That's never going to happen now. You can't go back. Now, it's the same thing with benefits. That's why the Democrats want to, without thinking, rush all these benefits in. Because they know once the benefits are there and people become dependent on them, then you can't just take them away. So that's their strategy. They just rush it in. Yeah, and then once they're in for good. Because what are you going to do? Are you going to take them away and let people starve? You're horrible. Yeah, that would be political suicide right there. Alrighty. Oh, and Guns Legend, thank you for another 5. All the normies give a shit about is U.S. football because it's 6 foot plus dudes bashing into each other to grab an oval ball. Well, I mean, I think the best description I've heard, actually, the best description of football was, not any sports ball played at the highest level, is, hey, you got a bunch of millionaires chasing after a ball, which is true. A bunch of millionaires chasing after a ball, yeah. Man, that is right. Oh, yeah, for A111, yeah, dark magical girl. Hey, funny enough, Blade Devil may fill that as well. Oh, Toxic Man Baby, the Signs of the Fall. Yeah, that was BioWare. Yeah, I think the DLC salesman. That was it. And DeWalt, thank you for the 2. The lack of sexy is why I quit playing Magic. Well, see, honestly, I quit playing Magic even before that, because I was playing Magic right around 10th edition still. And then they started implementing all these alternate win condition cards. Like, hey, if you have over 40 life, you win the game. If there's over 20 creatures in all graveyards, you win the game. And that shit. And then they introduced the Planeswalker cards, which completely upended the game. And yeah, I guess if you enjoy it, I'm not going to rip on you, but it turned into a completely different game. And I did not like the direction it was headed. So luckily I left before things got too bad. And I still have, I didn't sell my Magic the Gathering collection. I still have my cards. And Vasil Park, thank you the 5. Sexy Whammons in Magic the Gathering is gone. Favorite is Ink Eyes, Servant of the Oni. Can we get a sexy rat girl for Blade Devil? I don't know. No. Maybe that's a thing we'll put in. I mean, we got the way the demons work. I mean, the demons in this world specialize in body alteration, like polymorph, things like that. So, yeah, they're the ones that specialize in altering their bodies. So maybe there could be some rat demons for sure. And one, thank you for the 2 pounds. Bubblegum Anzu here. Feel free to use. To use Wing? Oh, I did. Oh, actually, wait, did you tweet something else at me or something? Because I showed your fan art earlier, actually. Oh, man. Yeah, things are getting pretty crowded on the, yeah, see, this is the one thing that fucking sucks about getting into a slap fight on Twitter is now my notifications are swamped by people I don't even want to hear from. It's all just NPCs reeing that I'm probably just going to mute anyway. And then of course, as soon as they do that, then all of my dudes are responding, like everyone who agrees with me, and it's just spamming my notifications. I'm going to have to fix that. My Twitter's unusable right now. Oh well, I'll survive. I'll survive. Okay, and of course, 23, thank you for the 10. Look at who's running for president. I'm glad I'm in the no party zone. I like looking at both sides and not choosing a side. As Sarah from the Inquisition said, most people are stupid. That's not wrong. And Sonic 15, thank you for the 5. How do we spread the idea that attacking the male gaze is heterophobic and actually hate speech? Well, the thing is, it's just like how they say, oh, you can't be sexist against men, or you can't be racist against white people. It's impossible as long as the regressives are still around. And one, thank you for another 2 pounds. Oh, so my design. Oh, I'm honored. 1 hour behind on stream late. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. If you scroll back, you'll actually see that I did use yours. I did show yours on stream. And Albine Fox, thank you for the 5. I started to play Magic so I could do a rat deck focused around the Ink Eyes waifu, and then they started releasing all the protection from black cards. Well, to be fair, they have protection from everything cards, really. God, no, especially white, because I remember my white deck was pretty hardcore, because I had 2 Sarah avatars in there. It was all about, keeping myself alive, life gain, making all my shit immune. And although I still think one of my favorite cards was the Keldoran Royal Guard. Now, I know some of you guys listening like, you fucking nerd, you're listing old Magic the Gathering. Yes, I'm listing old Magic the Gathering cards. Keldoran Royal Guard was probably one of my favorite cards because its ability, I think it was just a 2/5 creature, and with the ability that if you tap it, then all damage dealt to you by unblocked creatures is dealt to the Keldoran Royal Guard instead. So I just, used... a white deck specializes in avoiding damage, right? So I just made my Keldoran Royal Guards immune to damage, and then I just kept redirecting all the damage I took to them. I never even had to block. I'd never had to risk losing any of my own creatures. Like, yeah, let the entire enemy army attack me. I'll just have my Keldoran Royal Guard absorb all the damage and be immune to it. Yeah, let's do this. That was good. Yeah, I fucking love the Keldoran Royal Guard. Yeah, that's the one thing. I think the Keldoran Royal Guard and Sarah Avatar and Sarah Archangel. I have a foil Sarah Archangel. That was a good one too. Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to give those cards up. Even if I sell all the rest of my collection, I'm gonna keep those. White decks are racist. Oh, man. Okay, I guess that, I'm a white guy, though, so it makes sense. See, if I used any other color deck, it would be cultural appropriation, right? But then again, I mean, my second best deck was my black deck, though. Yeah. Nerd! Oh, yeah, that I fucking love that card. Oh, I fucking love that. All right. Let me get back in before I waste like an hour talking about Magic, because I used to be a huge Magic the Gathering nerd, in case it's not fucking obvious. But then Wizards killed the game for me. Let's look at some high school transphobes. Connecticut high school girls file a lawsuit arguing that allowing transgender athletes to compete is sex discrimination. Chat, can you believe the transphobia that they are letting high schoolers get away with? Really? You gonna let them just insult all these stunning and brave trans women like this? You gonna do that? 3 female high school athletes in Connecticut, along with their families, filed a federal lawsuit Wednesday to prevent transgender athletes from competing in girls' track and field meets, arguing that biologically male athletes have a physical advantage. Oh, this is bad move, because I've mentioned before that the funniest shit about this whole transgender athlete thing is that the funniest shit about this whole thing is that the feminists can't say anything about it. The feminists' entire, the main talking point, the main underpinning, the cornerstone of the feminists' entire ideology is that there's no difference between men and women. Men and women are the same. They don't even accept separate but equal, I guess. No, we may be different but have equal rights. No. Men and women are the same. The only reason women aren't performing as well is because men are holding them back. Women can do anything a man can do, but better, while wearing high heels and pregnant. There's no difference between men and women. And now that trans women are destroying female sports, the feminists have to admit that maybe men are better at some things than women. Which is why they can't pick this fight. The feminists have to either shut up and let women's sports be destroyed to save their ideology, or they have to completely throw their ideology out the window and admit to the entire world, all right, we were wrong. I guess men are stronger and faster than women. Are you happy now? Yeah. So this is the funniest shit, watching the feminists squirm. But it looks like some of these women, I don't know the political leanings of these three girls and their families, but something tells me they probably weren't rad femmes, because if they were radical feminists, then I don't think the rest of the radical feminists are too happy to see them admit that men are better and have a physical advantage. Selena Soul, a senior at Glastonbury High School, Chelsea Mitchell, a senior at Canton High School, and Alana Smith, a sophomore at Danbury High School, announced the lawsuit in the press conference on the steps of the state capitol in Hartford, the Washington Compost reported. Our dream is not to come in second or third place, but to win fair and square. Well, the trans women you're competing against are fighting fair and square, right? They're not cheating, are they? Are you going to actually say that men are... Yeah, so Mitchell said, all we're asking for is a fair chance. Take this up with the feminists. It's the feminists that have decided that there's no difference between men and women, and it's them that will refuse to help you because helping you would require them admitting that they're wrong. So they're never going to do it. The three are arguing that competing against biologically male athletes has denied them the chance to win medals and achieve scholarship opportunities. Too bad. This is the equality you wanted. So, Alliance Defending Freedom, an American conservative Christian nonprofit, is representing the girls in the federal lawsuit. Oh, okay, so they're probably not radical feminists. At least there's that. At least we don't have to worry about their peers turning on them. That's good. Months after initially filing a related Title IX complaint with the U.S. Department of Education, it remains under investigation by the DOE's Office of Civil Rights. And that's Department of Education, I believe. Cool. So girls deserve to compete on a level playing field. Forcing them to compete against boys isn't fair, shatters their dreams, and destroys their athletic opportunities. That's not what the feminists say. No, according to the feminists, the only reason women wouldn't be performing as well as men is because they're being held back. How are they being held back in this situation? Alliance Defending Freedom attorney Christiana Holcomb said in a statement, having separate boys and girls sports has always been based on biological differences. Oh, but biology is a social construct, haven't you heard? Not what people believe about their gender, because those differences matter for fair competition. Well, when has reality ever stopped the regressives? And forcing girls to be spectators in their own sports is completely at odds with Title IX, a federal law designed to create equal opportunities for women in education and athletics. Hey, you have equal opportunities. You can compete. You could say you're a man. You could be a trans man and compete in men's sports. That's fine. You have that opportunity. I don't know what you're bitching about. The most recent lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court in Connecticut Wednesday argues that a new policy under the Connecticut Association of Schools and Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference, which allows high school athletes in competitions that align with their gender identity, poses a concrete threat to Title IX's protections against sex-based discrimination. But they're literally not discriminating, though. That's the thing. They removed all gatekeeping. Oh, yeah, everybody's welcome. Inescapable biological facts of the human species are not stereotypes, social constructs, or relics of past discrimination, it says. Well, take that up with the regressives, because they're the ones that push this shit. In track and field events that do not use equipment, the physiological differences between males and females after puberty are stark in the record books, the complaint adds. No one doubts that top male and female high school athletes are equally committed to excelling in their sport and train equally hard, yet boys and men consistently run faster and jump higher and further than girls and women. Well, maybe it's because the girls and women are still they're being held back by this attitude right now. They've resigned themselves to thinking that men are just better than them. Maybe if they believed hard enough, they would realize that biology is in fact a social construct. Hey, it's not me that's pushing this shit. It's the regressives that are calling all the shots now. Hey, don't shoot me, man. I'm just the messenger. All three plaintiffs have competed with and almost always placed behind. Almost always placed behind two transgender sprinters, Terry Miller and Andrea Yearwood. So that's the important bit. Almost always placed behind. So are you saying you sometimes placed in front of them and you're still crying? These transphobic bigots. Hashtag I can't even, hashtag literally shaking. The fact that they're trying to smear these stunning and brave trans women is, whew. So Mitchell finished third in the current year -1 state championship in the girls' 55-meter indoor track competition behind Miller and Yearwood. The two Connecticut high school seniors who were born biologically male but identify as female have won 15 girls' state indoor or outdoor championship races combined since current year -3. So Yearwood, a senior at Cromwell High School, and Miller, a senior at Bloomfield High School, issued statements vehemently defending their rights to run in girls' events in response to the filing Thursday. I have faced discrimination in every aspect of my life, and I no longer want to remain silent, Miller said. You tell him, girlfriend. I am a girl and I am a runner. I participate in athletics just like my peers to excel, find community and meaning in my life. It is both unfair and painful that my victories have to be attacked and my hard work ignored. I mean, she's not wrong. Yearwood said she also has been hurt by the efforts to tear down my successes. Oh, putting that in quotes, I see what's going on. I will never stop being me, she said in her statement. I will never stop running. I hope that the next generation of trans youth doesn't have to fight for the rights that I have. I hope they can be celebrated when they succeed, not demonized. For the next generation, I run for you. Yeah, that's right. You fight against that bigotry. Girl power. The American Civil Liberties Union sought to intervene on Miller and Yearwood's behalf. This is going to be good. Writing on Twitter, this lawsuit is clearly about trans students, yet these students have no voice in the lawsuit. That's wrong. We at the LCLU will be seeking to intervene in this lawsuit as a new party to give trans students a voice. This is going to be a great fight. The Connecticut Association of Schools and the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference, as well as the Boards of Indoctrination in Bloomfield, Cromwell, Glastonbury, Canton, and Danbury are named as defendants in the case. So I look forward to seeing how this shit show plays out. What about you guys, man? Yeah, this is great. Watching the radical feminists that have given us so much trouble over the years just be destroyed because they refuse to just admit that biology is not a social construct. So now trans women, you know what's really funny about this? These trans women seem to be doing a better job of being women than biological women. Maybe that's why Ho's mad. Maybe that's why. Yeah, you go, Queen. Yes, Queen Slay. Yeah, you show those transphobic bigots. You take them to court. You fight this out. Now, we got your back, sisters. And Gun to Legend, hey, thank you for another 10. Looks like those girls haven't been indoctrinated enough. Oh, massive troll face. I know. Yeah, they need to go back for some more indoctrination. They need to go to tolerance camp. They don't have a license for that gender. That's another one, yeah. Yeah, they don't have the they don't have the correct license for the gender. And Links Bro, thank you for the 503. As a tranny, all I got to say to that lawsuit is insert Zelda CDI good. Hey, for what it's worth, this is one of those situations where, I mean, normally I actually would probably be siding with the three girls, the biological girls. But, feminism wanted this. Now, I firmly believe that the best way to show someone how fucking horrible their ideology is to make them live under their own rules for a little while. So I say we give the feminists everything they've wanted, everything they've been demanding, everything they've been asking for all these years. Let them have it for a few years. And don't take it away, don't take it back until they admit they were wrong and apologize and ask you to fix their mess. Only once they do that should we step in and try to help them. But until that happens, stay out of the way. Let them reap what they have sown. Because this is their own monster that they unleashed on all the rest of us that's now coming to bite them in the ass. So just sit back and enjoy the show. Don't get involved. Just let it play out. Let them fight. RGE-chan makes my PP confused. Don't worry, she wouldn't sound like me. Yeah, she'd probably sound like Mandy Summers, I guess. Probably that. That's how. Yeah. All right. So where was I? Let me get caught up while you stare at RGE-chan here. Alrighty, where was I? Oh my god, there is actually a bunch that I was behind. Woo! Holy shit. There we go. Yeah, so Sloper Garcia, thank you for the 2. Black decks matter. Well, yeah, I mean, my black deck was good too. Oh, my red deck was awesome. And my favorite card was Bedlam. That was good. Creatures can't block. It was a permanent enchantment. Creatures can't block. So that's what, once you have enough to finish off an opponent, that's when you play it. Because you don't want to play it when they can retaliate. So yeah, that was very much a end of the game card right there. And Kilmano Calvira, thank you for the 2. I woke up with male hentai pro tag hair. Hey, did you keep it? Oh man, you got go outside. Maybe you'll end up with a harem. And Yarnagi, thank you the 5. Wow, these thoughts really do hate competition. Bigoted as shit. I know. Trying to handicap these stunning and brave trans women. And Devin Stark, thank you for the 5. The intersectional cornerstone is men equals women. Feminist cornerstone is women bring something special to the table and should be given their chance. Okay, I guess this is more of an intersectional feminist type thing, but the vast majority of feminists refuse to, they can't fight. They can't have this fight. And Criminal Wolf, thank you for the 2. The common factor in feminists is unearned pride. Ooh, I could feel that burn, but it's true. It's a very well-deserved burn. DeWall, thank you for the 5. I won a tournament and got a personal incarnation card, a glowing human figure with the black leather jacket that said magic on it. Oh, that is great, man. I never actually played in any official tournaments. I was living in Germany most of the time I was playing Magic. I don't think there were any official tournaments there. At least not for English speakers. I don't know. I never tried to get into one, I guess. Maybe there were. I just didn't know. I mostly just played with all the other kids in my school. And Changus Khan, thank you for the 2. These girls just need to get good. Lol. I agree. Get good and stop blaming biology. And DeWalt, thank you, another 5. I built an entire deck around that card with nothing but beautiful waifus. When they made it so I could no longer play with my waifus, I quit. Well, and then if you play competitively, that's another thing Magic fucks up, is they routinely will ban cards and entire sets from competition. I guess it's obvious. The more cards they introduce, the more different things they add, the more overpowered combos you can make with older cards. But eventually, the stuff I found most fun was banned from the competitions, too. That part never stopped me personally, but that did stop a few of my friends who, after I moved back to the U.S., actually were trying to play competitively. And how about Lynx? Thank you for the 2. RGE talking up his big black deck, Chad Tyrone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, no, my white deck was called Chad, and my black deck was named Tyrone. That's just, yeah, everybody names their Magic the Gathering decks, right? Yeah. And Jarnagi, thank you for the 5. Gotta love that they'll admit that their gender-neutral crap like Title IX is meant to benefit women's only. No. You see, these trans women should be arguing that, no, Title IX is operating exactly as designed by helping us. Amino say, thank you for the 2. Men take women's spaces with feminist blessing. I know. Yeah, so now, and that's another reason why I'm just laughing at this. Because, men want to take over all the, women want to take over all the men's spaces. Fine, we'll take over all the women's spaces too by just calling ourselves women. Yeah, too sexy, banned. I know. That's related. So nice segue into the next article. Let's see what else women are threatened by. Sex robots may cause a psychological damage. Yeah, that's where they're reaching now. Now they're going to try to ban men from having sex robots for their own good. Because it's so much better. It's much less damaging to get all your shit taken from you in a corrupt family court, to never get to see your kids again but still have to pay for them. Even after you lose your good-paying job, they still won't reduce your child support. Oh, that is much less destructive to a man's psychology than a sex robot, right, guys? U.S. researchers have warned that the availability of sex robots with AI poses a growing psychological and moral threat to individuals and society. Meanwhile, Asia is going all in on this, and guess who's going to be dominating the future? While the West is declining in every way, Asia is on the rise. Well, at least they were until coronavirus. We'll see how that works. Fuck, maybe the coronavirus was a bioweapon, just not a Chinese one. Maybe the West dropped it there to stop China from becoming too powerful. Makes you think. They say the technology is escaping oversight because agencies are too embarrassed to invest in. Good! If this is true, good! Keep the fucking government out of it! How is this a bad thing? The scientists want action to prevent the unregulated use of such robots. Dr. Christine, and of course it's a woman, told the Big Black Cock that the stakes were high. Yeah, the stakes are high for these unlikable women. You notice how actually attractive women with good personalities, they look at sex robots the same way us guys look at like dildos and vibrators. Like, whatever, I don't care. You guys can have that shit. I can still easily find a guy. Yeah, and that's the same attitude we have with like fucking dildos. I mean, dude, I know damn well that my dick can't do the things that a vibrator can do. But I don't give a fuck if women have them. I'm not competing with a fucking tool. And meanwhile, these women are scared to death of competing with a tool because they know they're gonna lose to a tool. Man. Yeah, now they're pretending to care about what affects men psychologically. I know. Some robots are programmed to protest to create a rape scenario, she said. Oh, so you'd rather them do that to a real woman then instead of get their urges out on a robot. Hey, it's on you. So some are designed to look like children. So by the way, these are the same people that if the female character looks younger than your grandma, they shriek pedophilia. They tried that with Project Melody too. Like, oh, she looks like a child. No, just because you're 25 and you look 40, that you should not be using that as a reference, okay? One developer of these in Japan is a self-confessed pedophile who says this device is a prophylactic against him ever hurting a real child. If that's true, why would you take this away? If this was all true, give them all the benefit of the doubt. If actual pedophiles were using these so they don't hurt real kids, if you take these away from them and they end up hurting real kids, you need to be held responsible. You need to be tried because it's your fucking fault that kid got hurt. But does that normalize and give these people a chance to practice these behaviors that should be treated by just stamping them out? You know who I'd want to stamp out? Busybodies. Busybodies need to be stamped out. See, this is why, as I was saying earlier, these people need to suffer. They need to always be too concerned with their own problems to worry about what anybody else is doing. Because as long as these people have no real problems in their lives, they're just gonna go and fuck with everybody else. Maybe the coronavirus is gonna fix that. Dr. Hendren was speaking here at the annual meeting of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, and then she was advocating for regressing science. See, we already see this in the UK. The UK is trying to make sex robots too, but they're all like, oh, our sex robots have a consent module, and they're programmed to shut down if they say no, and you keep going. Who's gonna buy that shit? Nobody's gonna buy these Western sex dolls. Not only are they gonna look like whales, but they're gonna act like these entitled Western women. Nobody wants that shit. Meanwhile, the Asian sex doll and sex robot industry is gonna get all the money, all the customers. A number of sex robots are advertised online. A US-based firm, Rio Robotics, has posted a video marketing its Harmony robot for between $8,000 and $10,000. It is a life-size doll which can blink and even move its eyes and neck, and also its lips as it talks. Yeah, so right now, this is the best you get in the sex robot world, by the way. They can only move their heads, and that's it. So speaking with a Scottish accent, the mannequin says, if you play your cards right, you will have some pleasure and fun coming your way. And the firm's founder and CEO, Matt McCullen, explains that Harmony has AI that enables her to develop a relationship with the owner. She's going to remember things about you, your likes, your dislikes, your experiences. So far, so good. How are they going to fuck it up? Kathleen Richardson, who is a professor of ethics and culture at the Robotics and AI at De Montfort University in Leicester, wants this kind of marketing outlawed. Of course. Yeah, you know you can't compete with, see, this, what was I saying earlier? This is typical of the West. The West may have risen to the top by outperforming their competition, but now that they're at the top, they refuse to compete anymore. Now, whenever competition shows up, they shut down the competition so they don't have to do shit. And this is exactly what this is. These women know they're going to be destroyed by a fucking tool. So their response is not to make themselves more appealing than a tool. It's to outlaw the tool. So these companies are saying, you don't have a friendship, you don't have a life partner, don't worry, we can create a robot girlfriend for you. Well, what about people who want that? What about people who see this and like, I want the robot. The relationship with a girlfriend is based on intimacy, attachment, and reciprocity. These are things that can't be replicated by machines. Okay, women, I'll take your calls to ban sex robots seriously once you also ban all sex toys for women. If we're going to do that, if you're going to ban the tools men use to get off, we're banning the tools you use too. Don't even talk to me until you're willing to do the same thing. Now, Professor Richardson advises a pressure group that has been set up to monitor the emergence of these a pressure group, exactly. Moral authoritarian busybodies, probably nothing but soccer moms who literally have nothing to do during the day, but be an activist. That's who's going to be campaigning against it. And I believe in Asia, the sex robot manufacturers know these aren't their customers. But here in the West, they're fucking stupid. The campaign against sex robots is working with policy experts to draw up legislation aimed at banning claims that companion robots can be a substitute for human relationships. Okay, fine. All of us who want these things, we know it's true. If you want to ban saying the truth, that's fine. Dude, they've been banning saying the truth for years under the regressives. Do you think we care? You can stop us from saying it. But we still know it's true. Are we going to move into a future where we keep normalizing the idea of women as sex objects? Okay, so here's what's funny. Here you got a woman who, not very attractive. And in some cases, these women put effort into making themselves as unattractive as possible. Trust me, nobody sees you as a sex object. And that's why you're mad, isn't it? Because everybody, all these guys who want sex, they don't even consider you an option for that. And you don't like that very much, do you? Even though you did this to yourself. Because, I mean, Terrence Popp is right. A pleasant attitude is all it takes to turn a 4 into an 8. You're able to do that, you know? But you're unwilling to work on yourself, neither physically nor mentally, no personality, none of that shit. No, you just got to destroy all the better options. That's how the West competes these days. They destroy all the better options until you're the best option left. Well, I got news for you, bitch. We still won't get with you. If you take away all the better options, we're just going to do without. That's fine. If someone has a problem with a relationship in their actual lives, you deal with that with other people, not by normalizing the idea that you can have a robot in your life and it can be as good as a person. Sounds like somebody is scared of other people realizing that, yes, you can have a robot in your life, and not only can it be as good as a person, but better. They don't want... See, you got career dependents, parasites, that don't want hosts coming to realize, hey, you know, we don't need these parasites. In fact, we'll be better off without them. We can replace parasites with something better that's not parasitic. And that's what they're worried about. Once again, you don't see actual, attractive women with good personalities getting worried about sex robots. They know they got nothing to worry about. It's just the type of woman who knows damn well that, I mean, they're all, look, these are the types of women who are already losing to cartoons. They're already losing to drawings. They're already losing to dolls. They know they stand no fucking chance. As soon as a sex robot comes out that's capable of accurately replicating a desirable female personality, they are done. Nobody's gonna look their way again. And they know this. So they're trying to ban it. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's all this is about. Alrighty, let me get caught up here again. Okay. Oh my God, I got a bunch here again. So, Zagre Asmat, thank you for the 5. I'm glad that I switched hobbies. Too much damn censorship in gaming and anime. Well, see, that's why we're making our own. Yeah, we're making our own, man. Gun Legend, thank you the 5. Kick feminism into overdrive, and then all the normal women might legit start pointing and pulling the trigger and start a legit gunfight, maybe. But I don't know. Well, see, the thing. See, here's my problem, though. Every time the topic of feminism and the disastrous effects it has had on society comes up, someone always points out, like, oh, but RGE, the vast majority of women don't even identify as feminists. They actually answer and say they don't consider themselves feminists. It's just a small minority. Okay, so the vast majority of women don't consider themselves feminists. But how many of those women are willing to roll back what feminism has done? Not a single fucking one of them. They don't call themselves feminists, but they got no problems benefiting from what other women have done under the name of feminism. So don't let them fool you with that shit. Unless they're willing to campaign with you to bring the laws back to the 50s or whatever the hell it is the Tradcons tend to claim to want, don't believe them. Don't listen to that shit. And Imagination, thank you for the 3. Smacks the horse's ass. Oh no, your moral high horse is getting away. You better run for it. Yeah. Oh, they keep grasping for straws. It's hilarious. And Saipal, thank you for the 2. I swear the pure tyrant's fetish is not having sex, and just like those with a foot fetish, they have to push it on others. Oh no, that's a very good observation. Yeah, maybe not having sex and being blue-balled is their fetish. So they want everyone else to suffer. Yeah. That is a damn good point, man. I could totally see that. I could totally see that, man. And Nova Arcanum, thank you for the 2. Girlfriend refuses to believe Ishizoku isn't hentai. Shaking my damn head. Well, it's not, though. Yeah, I mean, if she refuses, show her a real hentai, then maybe she'll believe it. And New Air MGTOW Monk, thank you for the 5. Advantages of sex robots. No divorce, disease, or cheating, blissful silence. Add AI for perfect retirement. Waifu companions for the win. Yeah, by the time I get to retirement age, that would be perfect. I'd be so happy. And Sonic 15, thank you for the 5. Let's fix the single and teen mother problem before worrying about gynoids. No. How about we fix the single mother epidemic? Since, what was it, like 85% of prisoners are victims of single mothers? Mm-hmm. And Mr. Evil Boss, thank you for the 2. Crazy whales try to chop our rods unlike our bots. That's that too. And then they laugh about it. And M Steel Fought 3, thank you for the $2. Hose times 1,000. Taiwan number 1. Japan number 2. and China number 4. Yes. Oh yeah, that was good, man. Nah, that was some great trolling. That was fucking good. They know how to get on these people's nerves, which is perfect. Okay. And that article actually segues quite well into the next one too. So who do you hire to write a She-Hulk movie? No, let's hire someone with like nothing, no decent credits under their belt. Marvel Studios She-Hulk writer Dana Schwartz. It seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage done by South Park. Yeah. What about the cultural damage done by feminism? Nobody talks about that. Marvel Studios She-Hulk writer Dana Schwartz took to Twitter to criticize Trey Parker and Matt Stone's South Park, claiming it seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage done by South Park. Now, once we finally start reversing the cultural damage done by these NPCs, then people will finally know how bad things got. No, I keep saying, 50 years from now, kids are going to be reading about this era in their history books as the Great Clown Era. And they're going to be laughing. Like, did these idiots really believe biology was a social construct? Did they really look like that? Why would they destroy themselves and make themselves look ugly on purpose? It makes no sense, man. These people were stupid. Well, yes, little Billy, they were stupid. That's why it's called the Great Clown Era. This is what happens when you shut down the nut houses and you enable these deranged lunatics instead of giving them the treatment they need. So now these deranged lunatics are having their worldviews enabled and are running the show because nobody wants to piss them off, because who wants a deranged lunatic flipping out at them? And this is what happens. This is the result. Yeah, that's what's going to be like in the future, I can tell you now. All right, so Schwartz wrote, in retrospect, it seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage done by South Park, the show that portrayed earnestness as the only sin and taught that mockery is the ultimate inoculation against all criticism. Someone is not inoculated against any criticism, it seems. In subsequent twats, Schwartz added, smugness is not the same as intelligence. Somebody should tell her that. It's always funny how smug people like to consider themselves intelligent. That's true. Provocation isn't the same as bravery. Well, tell that to your people. The lesser of two evils aren't the same. Okay. She then claims that South Park is trying to reckon with her criticisms. It seems like South Park has been trying to reckon with this. I admit I haven't been watching the show in recent seasons, but I'm fascinated to see this. Yeah, I actually don't know why they did that Man Bear Pig apology, but it has nothing to do with her. Nothing. After criticizing the show, Schwartz revealed her main complaint was actually with fans of the show, specifically the boys who watched it. Yeah, so she's got a movie coming out, or not a movie, a series, I believe, for Disney Plus. So yeah, I mean, just like with Birds of Prey, hey, let's advertise this movie/series, which may or may not even be woke, but let's advertise this as, by ripping on men and boys. Yeah, let's rip on our main target demographic. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, cutting your PP isn't bravery either. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yet it's considered stunning and brave, huh? So she wrote, "To be clear, I don't blame the show itself as much as I do the generation of boys who internalized it into their personalities, which maybe isn't the show's fault." Well, what about the generations of girls like her that swallowed the social justice Kool-Aid hook, line, and sinker? She elaborated, writing, "My point is that South Park seems to teach that it was cooler to be a reactionary and contrarian, and anyone who criticizes anything is offended, and that's the real problem." But that's true, though. I mean, not all criticism is offended snowflakes, but if you weren't such a fucking offended snowflake, maybe you'd learn to tell the difference. Wonder if that's the message these fans absorbed. She then took issue with the show for its no-holds-bar approach to criticism. "People saying that make fun of everyone, that's my point. South Park is a political show, but one whose message is both sides are equally terrible, so the only correct thing to do is nothing while mocking it all from your position of intellectual superiority." Oh, nice. So here we got one of these smug snobs trying to pretend to be an intellectual and calling other people smug snobs, basically. No, the correct thing isn't to do nothing while mocking it all. The correct thing to do is try to destroy both sides while mocking them and replacing them with something that isn't shit. But you don't think that far ahead because you've never actually done anything in your life, have you? In separate threads, she would target the creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker based on their wealth and skin color. "Matt and Trey are rich white guys, and they convinced a generation of scared, vulnerable young men that irony will never hurt them." Well, first off, irony will never hurt you. Only if you're a thin-skinned piece of shit does any word hurt you. And second off, scared, vulnerable young men. Why is it that we didn't seem to have scared, vulnerable young men until the SJW started taking over the indoctrination system? That's something to think about. And the third issue, I believe the Quartering brought this up as well in his video, is that Matt Stone and Trey Parker didn't become rich until after South Park. They didn't use their wealth to do this. They gained their wealth from South Park. You fucking idiot. Schwartz would continue to attack Parker and Stone, with their main point being about their wealth. She wrote, "You're right. They mock anyone who cares about anything, and they present mockery as a worthwhile and ideological position when it's really only stasis, perfect for two rich white guys." No. This is someone who can't handle rightly being mocked. No. Maybe if you fuckers don't do shit worthy of mockery, it won't be mocked. How about that, you fucking snowflakes? I mean, I've actually kind of had enough. There's no need to go through the rest of this garbage. Yeah, there's no need. I mean, oh my God, I didn't realize how much of that shit they had in that article. Yeah, we kind of got a hold on what type of person we're dealing with. There's no point in even giving them the time of day anymore. Saipa, thank you for the 2. Imagine a dildo with a consent module. Feminists would never get it to work. Also, dolls prove that men want more than just a hole because we want a face to look at. Unlike women with their dildos, which is just a fancy hole-filling stick. Yeah, that's right. Man, that is true. I mean, all we are to them is our penises, judging by their sex toys. We actually want more than just the hole. I mean, we have those too, but we want more. Yeah. M to mock. Good call. Okay, and let me see. Let me just refresh this right here. Cool. David Davidson, thank you for the 10. Dana Schwartz, every single time. Yeah. So some people just never learn. Yeah, Lucian, thank you for the 2. Are there any women you admire? Real women? I don't know. Maybe Margaret Thatcher on the political side. There's some female scientists actually do a good job. I mean, Hitomi Tanaka, I greatly admire for obvious reasons. Man. Yeah, that's some fun shit. Oh, all those Japanese idols and voice actresses that put themselves through fucking hell for their fans. I admire them. Yeah. Oh, Mino Say, thank you for the 5. Sleep time, so sending this now. Atlus has bondage angels, succubi, incubi, a woman wearing just a snake, and a living, talking penis. Censorship? Oi. I know. I mean, it's almost as if the main themes of a lot of these games that Atlus puts out are taboos. And yet, meanwhile, here's a bunch of fucking taboos. Yeah. Now, that hotel internet is shit. It is. It really fucking is. What, Hitomi Tanaka streams Mario Kart on Twitch? Wow, that's pretty awesome. See, at least she knows what, I mean, she's I think, yeah, she's in her mid-30s right now. Her career as a porn star, if it's not already over, it doesn't have much longer left to go. So, I mean, I'm glad she's actually moving on to other things. That is good. Okay. So I think I could get into the main event of today, I guess. At least my main event. I don't think it's the main event of the title of the video. We went through that already. But this is the one, I mean, damn, the twatter shitstorm that this unleashed. Let's talk about Atlus cucking again. Persona 5 Royal will change homophobic... they forgot the quotes. I mean, this is IGN. What can you expect? For a Western release. Atlus confirmed to IGN... By the way, you can't spell ignorant without IGN. That the beach scene, among others, will be censored in Royal after fan backlash. Now, here's where it gets funny. Fan backlash... They legitimately consider the NPC outrage mobs to be fan backlash. So this is why I support actual fan backlash in return. Actual fan backlash that'll be not only way bigger than what these NPCs did, although to be fair, Reset Era has a tendency to organize actual harassment campaigns against these creators, doxing people, trying to get them fired, spamming their Twitter. That's who we're all the shit they accuse us of doing, they're projecting. That's what they do all the damn time. So for what it's worth, maybe Atlus legitimately saw this as actual fan outrage because these NPCs were spamming their fucking social media with it. So how do you guys think they're going to react when the actual fans fight back and they not only get even more outrage, but also lose money on top of it? You think they're going to see the error of their ways? Oh, fuck no. They're going to double down and just call us toxic, I guess. It's fan backlash if it's an NPC outrage mob, but it's just a bunch of whiny, entitled fans if it's actual fan backlash. That's just how they see it. But hey, they're just going to make things easier for us. I plan on going into gaming too, just like with comics. So if all you guys want to make things easier for me to go in and take all your customers, please keep doing this. Atlus has confirmed that certain scenes in Persona 5, which were considered homophobic and offensive by many Reset-era forum users that aren't actually fans, will be updated and altered in the Western release of Persona 5 Royal. So now you guys know. You guys know what not to get. Speaking to IGN during a Persona 5 Royal preview event, Atlus communications manager Ari Advincula explained that dialogue in certain scenes, specifically ones involving Ryuji and two effeminate male characters, would be changed so that those men were no longer shown in a negative light. So this actually goes back to an old argument for why are so many main characters straight white males? And this is part of the reason. If you have a character that's not straight, not white, and or not male, You can't show them in a negative light. They have to be absolutely fucking perfect. So only straight white male characters can be shown to have flaws and challenges they need to overcome. Everyone else is just a Mary Sue now. Everyone's afraid to make these minority characters or any character that's not straight white male and give them actual personality and flaws and challenges. We actually were able to go through some of the lines that players may not have received as well. No players realize how old is Persona 5? Didn't it come out years ago at this point? Why wasn't anyone complaining until now? It's almost as if this is a freaking 24-hour gay opera here, isn't it? No actual fans gave a fuck. Just an outrage mob on Reset Era. That's it. No actual fans cared. Look at that feedback and then update it for the current generation. Oh yeah. Yeah, now it's gonna be the same thing like with DC, right? Like, oh, the way we did things back in the day, some of those old comics, that couldn't work in current year. We're going to have to modernize and update some things. And then the very next day, I don't understand why reprints of our old comics are selling better than our new ones. Well, maybe that old stuff aged better than you think it did. Maybe it's only you that's butthurt and the vast majority of everybody else is okay with it. Now, explaining that they've changed both the first scene in which you meet these characters as well as the notorious beach scene they would feature in later on. The dialogue in these scenes has been widely criticized since Persona 5's Western launch for a variety of... No, there wasn't. The only place where there was any criticism was in the echo chambers of Reset Era. Nowhere else. I hardly count that as wide criticism. Although I guess they do tend to leave their safe space every once in a while to troll other people and dogpile on them on social media. They tried that with me today. Many fake fans consider the depiction of these characters to be offensively stereotypical, presenting the most prominent homosexual characters in Persona 5 as extremely sexually aggressive toward the minor, That's rich coming from Reset Era. You guys remember those leaks? You guys remember hearing about what all of them are really into in private? Yeah. And intentionally ridiculous with the intent of making their weirdness the joke. Oh, so you didn't like or get the joke, so it must be the joke's fault, right? It's not you, it's the joke. Made worse by the fact that your protagonists provide similarly insensitive responses to their actions. And then they say Atlus described Royal as a chance to make it right. Well, oh yeah, just like Tokyo Mirage Sessions Encore was a chance to make that right. So what do? You just release the censored version worldwide. And nobody bought it. While Atlus didn't share exactly how these scenes would be censored in response to these complaints, Advincula said that Advincula said asking if they would be addressed was one of the first things she did when joining the team. Yeah, that right there. If I was hiring somebody for a job and the first thing they did was, this thing offended me, when are we going to change this? I'd just be like, okay, I know I said you're going to have a 3-month trial period, but this is all I need is to know. Get out of here. You're not being hired. I never want to see you again. Clearly, your priorities are your own activism, not making good product. Fuck off. I never want to see you again. This is why we need a whole new industry. That's really important to me, and I feel it's really important to the community as well. No, only to the fraction of a % of the community that you hang out with. Advincula also explained that their censorship team has an internal content review team, a trust and safety council, she described as very on the pulse of what's right and what's to do. See, this is Atlus, guys. This is Atlus. Just like Spike Chunsoft. They have their own Western branches now that are packed to the brim with people like this, that care more about pushing their personal agendas than just translating fucking games. I mean, I love me some Etrian Odyssey, but until Spike Chunsoft and Atlus completely replace their entire Western divisions to get rid of this corruption and cancer, I'm just going to make do without. I can live without it, really. So she explained Royal was a chance to make it right. That said, reports around Royal's Japanese release late last year seems to indicate the conversations were generally unaltered in Japanese, and we still don't know exactly what the censorship for the Western release will look like. So just get... now, apparently, doesn't the Japanese, or at least the Asian release of this game, the Asian release has English subtitles, right? So if you really want to get Persona 5 Royal, get the Asian release with the English subs. Skip the Western release completely. So Atlus also told us that fans shouldn't give up hope for a Persona 5 port on Switch, asking them to keep telling them they wanted it or they would never be able to make it. Persona 5 Royal is out in the West on March 31st. Now see, that's bullshit. Atlus has had multiple chances. I mean, they're part of Sega. And Sega releases games like everywhere, including PC. Nothing is stopping Atlus games from going to Switch, from going to PC, other than Atlus. Atlus themselves are the ones fucking this up. I wish the fanboys would stop making up excuses for them, but this is an Atlus problem. Nothing else. It made most of this problem in this particular issue, when it comes to censorship, may be their Western branch, but the fact that they're refusing to release their games on Switch, on PC, that's all Atlus. They insist on sticking by Sony even through all the censorship debacles. So just treat them accordingly, basically. They are not sweet, innocent angels here. Atlus is the problem. But then again, given the harassment that Reset Era has been putting them through, maybe they're just scared. I mean, because these guys have been, they've been trying to hunt down people's docs, trying to get people fired. They've been mobbing them on social media. All the shit they accuse us of doing. What do I always say about these people projecting? Well, I guess it's fine when they do it. Yeah. So here's some of the shit they've been saying. Yeah. So was it just a change in the localization, or was it also changed in the Japanese original? I mean, they can change it, but it means shit if the original is still problematic. See? Atlus bent the knee to the outrage mob. And how does the outrage mob respond after Atlus gives them what they demanded? Well, the original is still problematic, so it's not good enough. I say let Atlus have them. Abandon that fucking company and let them have these lunatics as their only audience. This is who they want. Good to hear. That said, will this make Atlus learn? I am in it for the long haul, not just the West. Absolutely the right mindset to have. This will require a change of viewpoint on the Japanese side of things, so the original product doesn't attack people for being who they are. They got what they fucking deserve, yeah? That's my view on this. Atlus, I mean, I have no sympathy for those fuckers. It's been fuck up after fuck up with Atlus. And they try to blame everyone Atlus partners with. Like, oh, it's Nintendo's fault. Oh, it's these. No, it's Atlus that's the fucking problem. The whole thing with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, refusing to release the fucking games, their games on PC, Switch, and all that, that's all Atlus. That's all them. Quit trying to make excuses for this company. Let them just have the fan base they're catering to. And just point and laugh. It's okay to just enjoy their older products, but you don't have to stick with them now. The issue is on the product, not the localization. They're the last Atlus folks I'd ring about changing this. Reads like Japan Atlus still doesn't see what's wrong. I know. It's never enough. You bend the knee, you suck that SJW dick, and they will complain that you didn't pleasure them enough while you were doing it. Really, this is the people Atlus wants to appeal to. Good. At least Atlus West is doing what they can. It's a shame that Atlus Japan keeps dealing them shitty hands. I can't imagine how rough it must be for the censorship teams at Atlus West to deal with Atlus Japan's bigotry, Hashino especially. Yeah, that's the one. They tried to get Hashino fired. They've... All the shit they accuse us of doing, they do all the fucking time. But these are the people that they want to appease. It's something, I guess. The problem lies with Atlus Japan. And this is why I'll go back to what I declared earlier. I am never going to buy another Atlus game again until they completely replace their Western localization team. They all need to be replaced. Can't trust these fuckers. It's all people like this that have wormed their way into the industry and are calling the shots now in the West. And this shit is why I keep telling these Japanese companies they need to do what Bandai Namco did with Dead or Alive Extreme 3. Skip the Western middleman completely. Just do the English subs and fuck, some of them. They're smart. They're even dubbing their games in Asia, in the East. And then just, do the subs, do the dubs over there in Asia, under your control, away from Western influence, and then just let us buy it. That's it. That's all we want. Cut these Western parasites out of the equation completely. Don't let them touch your product in any part of the process except being the end customer. Or else it's going to end up like this. You're going to bend the knee, and it's never going to be enough. How dare they censor the creator's homophobic vision? You want to keep creating product for these people, don't you? This is good. I'm glad the censorship team is speaking up about this stuff. In general, I'm pretty sympathetic towards the censorship team anyway. Some of the bigotry in these games is just the point of the narrative, and it's hard to get around that. But that more is being done helps with the whole believe that censorship teams are decent people thing. Oh, fuck no. They're showing they're the exact opposite. That said, I suspect even those with newer, larger changes, there will be a limit to what they can do. And also, it seems like they had to fight for this? Okay, Atlus Japan, why are you putting up with your localization team? Why are you putting up with shit from them? If they're constantly fighting you, fire them! Fire them and hire someone competent! Also, it's important to remember that non-localized version of the game will still have these issues. It's not bigotry has been defeated. Its Persona 5 Royal will be slightly less painful to play through in English. As if any of these motherfuckers were gonna play the game. Seriously. Yeah, this is a problem that it's not going to go away until the entire Western side of things gets purged. That's what has to happen. Yeah, can't trust these people at all. If you let even a single one of them stay, there's a pretty good chance they're going to be an infiltrator and they're going to corrupt the next team as well. So just fire them all. Lay off the entire localization team and replace them with competent people. You know what? Actually, do we even need them anymore? Fan subbers will not only do this same job for free, but they actually respect the source material. We don't need Western localizers. We don't need we don't need them in anime. We don't need them in gaming. We don't fucking need them. Let's just fan dub everything. It'll be way better than the garbage that they're shitting out to us now. Yeah, for the longest time, we were just fine without these guys. We sure as fuck don't need them now. Oh yeah, and Saipoth, thank you for the 420. My biggest worry about Ishizoku is the return of the late 90s, early 2000s when fan subbers would do all the work translating a show and making it popular, only for whoever licensed it to steal it without credit. Lots of official subs or fan subs. Yeah, I do remember that, and that is tragic. Yeah, that's what they did in those days. Oh, look, we already have a full, complete translation right here. Let's just steal this and slap our name on it. Hey, we get to profit off of these other people's work. Yeah. Imagination, thank you for the 2. The current generation is changing, bitch. Time for a titty era to rise. Oh, it's coming, man. We got backstory, plot, action, shit being torn apart. Oh, Blade Dough is going to be good. And Gundam Legend, thank you for the 10 again. You know they're not going to fire them because of the busybody boomers. Yeah, I know. These companies always refuse to fire the problematic people until they're forced to disband the whole company. Now, they always, when it comes time for layoffs, they fire everybody but the people causing the problems. And then when everybody who was, keeping the company afloat is gone, then the whole thing collapses. And even those who caused the problem lost their job. But if you had just fired the people causing the problem first, you wouldn't have to go to the point where the whole company dies, And Imagination, thank you for the 2. I just want to buy Vanillaware and let Atlus rot. If only. Obviously on the Japanese side, there's, at least on the creative side, there's a lot of good people at Atlus. The business side of Atlus, even in Japan, are probably all retarded. But on the creative side, they do good work. So just find a way to headhunt all of those good people and hire them into your own company. Then you can have all the Atlus greatness without the bullshit. Yeah, cut the bloat. Exactly. Oh my God, I got a lot. So Johnny, thank you for the 5. Oh, for the love of God, what happened to the company that made Persona 2 and Nocturne? Current year, that's what happened. And another 10. Dude, thank you. I've been hearing crying about Anne having to stall as a model for Yusuke in the game as offensive. Did they screw with that scene too? Well, they didn't specify all the scenes they fucked with. They just said and others. But my guess would be yes. And Jarnagi, thank you for the 20. That scene was to show that she grew beyond her abuse and could move forward. After all, only those with a strong frame of mind can use a persona. End my life. Well, you got the older games. You can use those. You can still play those. And Psycho 523, thank you for the 5. Here's more money I won't be giving to Atlus USA. Retard era should just get coronavirus. Hashtag not my persona. Well played. And Lucian, thank you for the 2. Imagine defending virtual perverts abusing a minor. Yeah. yeah, that's pretty much what that scene was, wasn't it? With those 2 effeminate men. That's right. Yeah, we got to play their own cards against them. And Jarnagi, thank you for the $60. Dude, you win the stream this time. Thank you. They just take my money. Atlus doesn't deserve my money anymore. Well, thank you, man. I'll actually put it to good use paying to get more of this awesome stuff made. Yeah, hopefully we'll actually be worthy of your money when Blade Devil launches on March 1st. Tabal Lynch, thank you for the 5. Disney between East and West. East writes compelling trans characters. So many are out there compelling drag queens too. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they do make those characters out to be the butt of the joke a lot of times too. But even at their worst, Japan is not nearly as offensive as the West when they're trying to be their best. That's how fucking bad the West is. That's why we shouldn't listen to anything the West says with these games. Like, no, and before anyone says, like, oh, but isn't what you say count? Doesn't that count? No, what I'm saying, I mean, yes, that would include ignoring me too, actually. But no, I want Japan to just do their own thing without any input from the West at all. Because honestly, if they did that, I'd already get my wish. Because I'm telling them to do that. Just make what you want, ignore the West. We don't want westernized shit. If I wanted westernized garbage, I would buy westernized garbage. I would buy games we produce here in the West. I don't want that shit. I want Japanese games. I don't want Western standards. I want Japanese standards. So I'm buying Japanese games. If you turn Japanese games into Western garbage, I'll have no reason to buy your shit anymore either. So just keep that in mind. If you want to be more Western, you want to be more global audience, be my guest. But I'll have no reason to keep supporting you anymore. Man, this is where we are in current year. This is where we are, man. What can we do other than vote with our wallets, though, at this point? I don't know. All right, I guess I'll do a rant. I mean, this could almost count as one, but no, I'll do another one. Hey, what's up, everyone? Raging Golden Eagle here, having way too much fun, as always. And today, I would like to debunk an oft-used excuse by censors and busybodies. We were talking earlier about the UK trying to regulate the internet, for example, and they always use shit like, oh, it's to protect the public from harmful drawings or video games or information or something. They keep making up excuses. The go-to excuses in the US, it's either, oh, won't someone think of the challenge? Or, oh, we gotta shut down my terrorist content to keep you protected. Those are the excuses they always go to. But in practice, most of these laws have nothing to do with protecting anyone or anything. It's not about protection, it's about control. All they care about is controlling your behavior. That's it. And it works. Because since most people, most voters are emotionally driven, glorified monkeys, they feel, they don't think. They don't even want the possibility of someone doing something they don't like, or worse, that they view as a danger to themselves existing. That's how they trick these emotionally driven, glorified monkeys. Oh, if this guy has a gun, he might use it to harm you. So you need to vote to ban guns. Meanwhile, they're perfectly fine with the government having all that stuff. For whatever reason, it's like, oh, the government can have that. They'd never use it against us. The same government that indoctrinates you from birth into believing that violence is never the answer, while at the same time resorting to violence to keep order. And these people, even these indoctrinated people, you can easily trip them up on their own hypocrisy. Oh, violence is never the answer. You should never respond with violence. Okay, what about when the cops shoot a violent criminal? Yeah, they will then try to trip over themselves to justify why it's okay for the cops to shoot a violent criminal, but for some reason it's not okay for you to do the same thing. It's really weird. You can't use violence to protect yourself, but other people can come in and use violence to protect you or themselves or anybody else. Yeah, it makes no sense, but this is what these clowns believe. It's pretty damn insane, to be honest with you. So while all this is going on, smart people like us, we actually understand that you can never remove other people's ability to harm us, and we learn and equip for self-defense. See, I know damn well it doesn't matter how many common sense gun control laws you put out. You are never gonna stop the people who want to hurt me from getting a gun. Or hell, even if you succeed in stopping them from getting a gun, you're not gonna be able to stop them from getting a knife. Or what if you ban knives? Oh, knives aren't even allowed to exist. Okay, fine. All knives disappeared. Now they're just gonna take a sharp rock and make their own fucking spear. Are you going to ban sharp rocks from existing? You going to lock down every single national park? Any place where rocks exist? No. The government is never going to be able to stop people who wants to hurt me from trying to hurt me. And I know the next response. Oh, but you got the police. The police will protect you. Well, first off, this is the same group of people who call the police fascist, racist pigs and are always calling for #resist. All of a sudden, now they're all for the cops. It's really weird. These same people that they accuse of oppressing them are now, we're like, oh, but they'll protect you. They're actually cool. Really weird, isn't it? Really weird. But even then, let's assume the cops are all good. Their primary goal is to protect you, not to enforce the laws of their superiors. And let's say they do a good job of it. Even then, unless you're one of these rich celebrities or politicians, you don't have round-the-clock armed guards. When seconds matter, the cops are minutes away. If you give up your own ability to protect yourself because you assume the cops are going to protect you, how the hell are the cops going to protect you in a home invasion situation? All they're going to do is show up 5 minutes later to maybe arrest the guy that killed you. All the good that does you're fucking dead. That's all the cops are going to do, unless they just happen to be there right on time to stop the violent act from occurring, which never fucking happens. So if you voluntarily give up your ability to defend yourself and somehow believe it makes you safer, I hate to break it to you, but you're a fucking idiot. And I hope you actually end up on the receiving end of what you undoubtedly did to other people. I have no sympathy for you when the inevitable occurs. You wanted this. My only problem is you're dragging innocent people down with them. Fuck, I would gladly give these people the utopia they want if they weren't dragging me down with them. If you go somewhere else and make that utopia, I'm not going to bother you, trust me. Just go away. I just don't want to be dragged down with you. So while we understand this, these morons, in their fear of one boogeyman or another, think of the children, think, more terrorist content. But we gotta protect ourselves from Chinese aggression. They will keep empowering the government to the point that nobody can stand up to it anymore. And I know some people are like, well, that's good. You shouldn't be able to fight your government, right? Okay. What about Venezuela? You gonna tell that to them? Yeah, Venezuelans, they disarmed themselves. Now they're all, if I would have known this was going to happen, I never would have given up my guns. Look where they are now. All the good that did. And actually, let's go back to before America was founded. How about if you would have told the American colonists, you shouldn't be allowed to stand up to the British government. You need to give up all of your ways to defend yourselves against the British. What would happen in the Revolutionary War if the American colonists voluntarily disarmed themselves so they can continue living under Britain's heel? That's what these people want for everybody. They want you to be docile and passive and disarmed and do whatever the government says. So then by the time the government decides to take the mask off and to just do whatever the hell they want, like in Venezuela, nothing you can do about it. So these useful idiots who in their paranoia enable a faceless entity to protect, in quotes, them, while they're doing that, they're also giving this same faceless entity a monopoly on violence and remove everything that could possibly keep it in check. What could possibly go wrong in this situation? I don't know. But something tells me the founding fathers may have predicted this, which is why they gave us the Second Amendment. But That lesson has long since been forgotten. Very few people alive today have ever had to fight for their rights with their lives on the line. Maybe it's just going to have to happen again for people to learn the lesson. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. And that's all I got to say, guys. Thanks for listening. Ban the universe. Ban face sitting. No, actually, I will say, that was fucking hilarious. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to that a few years back, but Britain banned certain types of porn. And at first, I thought it was them just being moral authoritarian busybodies. But then when I looked at the types of porn they specifically banned, I was like, whoa, this is a masterclass troll. So it's mostly women and feminists that were calling to ban porn. So when they put their bans in, they specifically banned the types of porn women and feminists like the most. So yeah, I was laughing so hard. Oh, you want to ban porn, huh? Okay, fine. Let's ban all the porn you like. No. Shut up. This is what you wanted. So sit down and shut the fuck up. So that was fucking awesome. Good stuff. Man, Gun Legend, thank you for the 10. Guessing from that money I gave, I'm getting a limited edition of Blade Devil. Well, technically everything in the first campaign is limited, but I mean, you're gonna be in the book. There is that. So yeah, I mean, you'll get some signed copies. That's for sure. And Cypop, thank you for the 2. Cinco de Piso gonna flop. Yeah, the piss 5. Sony will blame us while ignoring what we've been telling them in a unanimous voice to stop censoring everything we want. Yeah, that's what they do. That's current year. You tell the fans to fuck off. Say, oh, you're toxic. We don't need this. This isn't for you. They tell us it's not for us. And then when we don't show up to support them, they blame us for their failure. Well, what the fuck do you expect? You told us it's not for us, you fucking moron. Did you really think we were going to show up and support you? Go fuck yourselves. And another 20 Gun Legend, man. Thank you. I find it ironic that the Dems are endorsing Bloomberg, considering the fact that he goes against all that the Dems are endorsing to what Bloomberg really thinks. Yeah, wasn't he a Republican until he actually won the office and then, oh, I'm a Democrat now. But no, Bloomberg is a perfect testament to what Trump did, funny enough. Because everyone accused Trump of using, I think he's only a billionaire in the single digits. Bloomberg, last I checked, had like, what, $60 billion? And he can't even buy this election. He is that horrible. If all you had to do was buy the election, Bloomberg would be a shoo-in. But nobody likes him. I guess you can't ban a good personality. That's what that's about, in my opinion. Ah, man. Yeah, Bloomberg is going to get Clinton. Dude, if Bloomberg actually has Clinton as his running mate, that's how Clinton is going to become president. Now, if they find a way to buy the election and Bloomberg wins, he's going to be assassinated as soon as he takes the oath. I'm sorry, he's going to commit suicide as soon as he takes the oath of office. And hey, we got President Clinton. And I'm sure she's going to keep all his money, too. I can fucking guarantee that. Oh, Corsonic23, thank you for the 5. Microshaft will win the next gen. Sony has already lost the next war of games, a.k.a. the 9th gen. I agree. Now, you see, Microsoft, people have been laughing at them, but they're making all the right moves. Well, other than they occasionally do their own censorship bullshit, but they're focusing less on the console and more on the platform. They know that the lifespan, the age of the console is almost done. So if you buy a game, you're buying it for the Xbox platform, not the Xbox One Series X. So you could play it on PC, maybe some mobile devices, not just on the console. You could stream it through the not through the Game Packs, from Project xCloud. That's what they're doing. That's what Microsoft is focusing on. And they're focusing less on exclusives and just having way more fucking games. And that's going to win in the end. At least I hope it will. I may be wrong. I might be. But it looks like the best defense that the Soiny fanboys have is like, oh, but look at how bad they lost this generation. There's no way they're gonna win the next one. And yeah, look at the PS2 versus the Xbox. Look at how bad the Xbox lost. And yet the 360 still crushed the PS3. If you don't think it can happen again, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, that's all there is to it. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen, but if you discount even the possibility, then you're a fucking idiot. And Teehee, thank you for the 5. Bloomberg has been caught saying taxing the poor is necessary and saying Latinos and blacks don't know how to behave. He's racist as heck. Yeah, I saw that earlier today where he was like, oh, these blacks and Latinos don't know how to behave in a work environment. Ooh, that's going to win you the black and Latino vote. And DeWall, thank you the 5. Before the Revolutionary War, disarmament meant being slaughtered by the Injuns. Well, no, not entirely. What? No, that could have been the excuse the British Army used to stay there. The British could have stayed in America. It's like, oh, it's for your own good. We're going to protect you from the savages as they're occupying you and keeping you obedient. That's just how it works, man. Yeah, it's all about power and control. Nothing to do with protection. Oh, snap. Okay, it's still 18 minutes away, but I can already see Ricada is going to have a good stream tonight. I can already see this. Mark Wade finally responds to Richard C. Meyer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's going to be funny. Oh, and if you're not aware of that yet, since Wade's entire tactic has been to stall until Richard runs out of money, he did reopen. I mean, the GoFundMe is still open, and he reopened his Patreon. So, yeah, head on over there if you want to throw in your hat to support that, because that's a worthy cause right there. That is a worthy cause. Oh, shit. So, Leland, thank you for the 10. Warren versus D.C., Deshawney versus Winnebago, Gonzalez versus Castle Rock, and the Parkland shooting incident. All cases that the courts ruled the police don't have to protect you even under a protection order. How can one be anti-gun with this? Yeah, that's true. The courts literally said that the cops aren't required to protect you. When the government's trying to shill the cops to you, it's like, oh, they're here to protect and to serve. But then when you get into the court system, oh, they're just law enforcement. They're there to enforce the law. They got no obligations to protect you. That's right. Now, don't listen to what they say. Look at what they do. And now, I'm not going to rip on the cops out there that actually do feel it's their duty to protect the community and they actually do it. I'm just saying the legal system doesn't see it that way. Your only job is to be their grunts. You're their enforcement arm. You're going to enforce the laws they pass down, whether they hurt or harm the people. That's how they see you. And guess which one wins out in the end, the people or the government? I guess it's up to you. Who are you guys going to side with if it comes down to a fight? Alrighty. So there you go. I'm linking Ricada's stream. Go raid his ass right there. I believe I am caught up on all of the shekels, so I can, again, thank you all. Dude, I think we either did or almost broke 1,000 earlier today, man. Thank all of you guys for turning out and all this great support, especially with the launch of Blade Devil less than 2 weeks away, man. Yeah, it means a lot how well this is catching on, man. I'm glad that I made something you guys actually seem to like. That's the big thing. Without the customer, there is no product. So, yeah, thank you guys again. This is not possible without all of you guys. And go join the fight on Ricada's stream against Mark Wade and cancel culture. We'll see what's going on, man. So, again, thank you all for hanging out with me. And I'll be seeing you either tomorrow or Wednesday. So, see you then. Peace out.